sound, you better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound, you better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Is this the kind of sound that you wanna hear? Is this the kind of vibe that you wanna feel? 'Cause I'm the type of guy that you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. So we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound, you better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound, you better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound, you better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound, you better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds for thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
You put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind, getting
ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
My pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. It's all a hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
It's hard out here for a pill. When they tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
You ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
Yeah, what up, back at ya. Wake up with fantasy football. Let's get this wake action going on a Saturday morning.
You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got two words for you. The New Age Outlaws.
Yeah, stranger in the house. What up? Shout out to the Houday Nation.
What you smoking over there in Oregon, man?
Yeah, anybody who's listening to this in podcast form on the replay, make sure to join in with us Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. West Coast, 11 Eastern, and then we start 30 minutes later on Saturday.
Okay, we got to talk about it.
Hold on, let's shout out the crew real quick.
Okay, yeah, do that.
What up, Hassan?
What up, Hassan?
Peacock in the house.
I found my other Peacock shirt.
I had a late night, but about to roll one up. Let's get it.
Let's go.
What up, Zeb? He said he saw Pauly Shore last night at the LA Comedy Store. Is it the
Was he wheezing the Jew?
Wheezing the Jews. Is the Comedy Store, is that the one that his mom ran?
So the Comedy Store, yes, is okay. His mom owned it.
Yeah,
he took over it. I think he still, I think he still owns it.
Oh,
but
shit.
He has someone else that runs it now.
I mean, yeah, I would assume Pauly Shore's not out there running the actual thing, yeah, but owning it, totally.
Yeah, and then, but what sucks is that Joe Rogan, he loves the store so much that when he opened up the mothership down there in Austin,
yeah,
it's modeled after the store all the way down to like he took like the lead bar person and he took he took like their lead manager, Adam, whatever his name is. I forget his name. Yeah. He's funny though. But this guy, he was the manager of the store for a long time. Okay. And and when you're the man, he started as like the door guy, a lot of comics do, right? But he worked his way up and he was the booker. So like bringing him over is epic because and this guy was also like he was famous for being the co-host on our guy Norm Macdonald's joint. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because on that show they would always have a segment to close the show out where they would read off jokes.
Okay.
That Norm wrote.
Okay.
He'd be like, okay, here, go ahead, read this. He'd give him a card. And then he always gives Adam the most terrible racist shit to say. Like he'll be reading in confidence and he'll get to the part of, oh, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who writes these,
Crispy said, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Crispy, wake your old ass up. We got to win tomorrow. And Stranger said, Bogey, just finishing my starter bowl of sour banana sherbet. Let's get it. He said, look at that from Sunny D next. Let's go.
He's just having breakfast over there, huh?
Got the citrusy flavors to start it up.
He's basically having an acai bowl with some vitamin C. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All the berry and banana joints, and then the motherfucking Moj.
What up, Infinite Possibilities in the house. What up? Let's smoke it up, bro.
What up, Infinite Possibilities? You know what I'm saying? That's like a figure 8 on its side.
Yeah. And man, if you guys did not catch the silver screen breakdown episode last night of Drop Dead Fred, you must go watch it. It was fucking epic. Like, we got down to biz. And as far as like breaking down the layers of this movie, I think we broke it all the way down.
And like, I was off these wonderful MDMA psilocybin gummies. And bro, that shit was like, bro, we broke that shit down. I don't know if I was great on it at all, but you guys were definitely awesome. You know what I mean? I was mind blown all the time, like, oh shit, bro, it's in her head for real, bro. I'm like, how'd he pull the grapes off the motherfucker? He's like, well, she had the grape. Damn, bro, she had the grapes, bro. Shit's crazy, man.
I mean, that's what's so funny about that movie is like when we're watching this as we tykes, you know, however old we were when we first saw this, there is no thinking about it in like those kind of depths. It just, we're taking it for face value. Fred
but
is
it's movies like that, though. It's movies like that got me interested in the human psyche. You know what I mean? Movies like that. And then I used to watch like X-Files as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch like Twilight Zone or like The Outer Limits. I used to watch like some, you know, the trippy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quantum Leap. You know what I mean? Well, you got some mind-bending type of shit. You know what I mean? And as a kid, and then like I also fucked with a lot of Marvel comics, bro, and they dealt with shit like that. You know what I mean? Marvel, you know, before like the mainstream got their hands on it and Disney and shit like that. You know what I mean? You had like some multi-layered characters with some dark histories and origins, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The human psyche goes crazy, bro. Beware.
Hell yeah. All right. And Zeb said going to Six Flags today. Man, Six Flags will be one of those places. I don't know if I'll ever. I mean, obviously, if Noble gets older and wants to. Yeah, man, I'm just not fucking with Six Flags anymore. The last 2 times I went, it was bad. Like, fuck, we went. It was when I worked at Vaughn's. This is like hella years ago.
Yeah, because Vaughn's would get the discounted tickets.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was like they had like it was like a Vaughn's Safeway like night where you could go and buy the ticket.
Oh, word.
And it was like nobody there. Like, you know, maybe 10.
I would have rode Goliath like 20 times in a row.
That's the thing. Like, we rode so many rides so fast, I just got like a mean ass headache. Like, you're not supposed to go on like 5 rides in like an hour. You know,
it's a
you're
lot
not
of
supposed to do that.
Yeah, I think I'm naturally a spaceman, so like I'm built for G-force.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying though, like
I mean, but listen, I'll be all beat up too. Fuck yeah,
nobody ever like if you go to Six Flags. I mean, if we went on a regular day, like
yeah, you're gonna ride like 4 rides in like 8 hours
in the entire day.
Yeah,
we were literally waiting in like 10-minute lines to get on shit.
I remember we rode Goliath so many times one night. We rode that shit so many times we weren't getting off. They just kept going. You know what I mean? Because there was no one in the line, and we were smoking a Black and Mild on the thing, right? And the dude was like, when we pull up, the guy's like, he's looking around, he's like, let me hit that shit. He thought it was a blunt and shit. Oh, you want to hit this? Go ahead. And then we went again. We came back. He's like, he gives it back to us. Man, I thought it was a blunt. I'm like, you clearly are a newbie.
And Infinite. So these guys that you're giving me, because I know you said you're doing a free agent draft for your Dynasty League. Are like, do you have other guys besides these linebackers? That's my first question. Before I read this off and start answering. And Zeb said, I like Knott's, Disney, Universal more, but going up for the water park. Okay, for sure. I've never been.
Where are you at, Zeb? Are you in what state are you in?
He's in LA somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't never been to I've never been to the water park over there in Six Flags, but Magic Mountain goes crazy, bruh.
Yeah, I never. I think the only. Yeah, which one's that? I mean, I went to the one that's in.
The X, bro.
It's funny. I went to one of the times I got invited to Six Flags was my aunt and uncle came in from Hawaii, and none of their kids that came in with them, and they asked me if I wanted to go. Because I mean, I don't know, I was pretty much the only one who was like 16, 17, you know, around there. And, and I was like, can I bring one of my friends? Yeah, and they paid for the tickets. I was like, can I bring one of my friends too? And they were like, yeah, sure. Then you guys could go off and do your stuff, you know, after we ride a couple rides or whatever. And
yeah, you need somebody to go dip off and go smoke with, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And he's like, he pretty much had David Hasselhoff's job in real life, where he is like,
yeah, I remember. Yeah, he was on set training them and all the shit.
Well, yeah, and I mean, just in real life though, he was like the captain lifeguard on Waikiki Beach, and like, he's been in the paper for like fucking like saving, you know, people like a mile offshore, like type shit, and like all this crazy.
Is he barefoot everywhere he goes?
Well, it's usually the flip flops. Okay. I mean, is what it is.
Right, because he's ready to just jump in that water, bro.
The slippers, as they call them in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And but so it was funny. We go on X, and this is like right after it first opens. The line was crazy fucking long. And
they got the signs. You be in the part of the line where the sign will say 3 hours. You're like, cool. You know what I mean?
I remember
the 4 hour marker.
We got off the ride. I pretty much almost shit myself, like, anyways. And he was like, man, I've been in like multiple near-death experiences in my life and my job and all this. And he's like, this is the most scared I ever was in my entire life.
Because, bro, you start off like this, bro. And when you come back, you're like this or some shit, bro. You're like, what the fuck happened? Because your seat moves around, which is fucking dope.
You remember the what's it called, the Boy Meets World, where they're trying to prove that they're like crazy and they go on the roller coaster?
And they come back, they're in different seats.
Yeah.
And they're terrified, bro. That motherfuckers was in different seats, bro.
And Infinite said the list of seats are broken down into sections. Okay, well, I mean, I just want to make sure that this isn't like a startup, because like the guys who you throw here, Bobby Wagner, Zaire Franklin, Josie Jewell, Dre Greenlaw, Frankie Louvu, Jordan Hicks, who are the top three from this list. I mean, shit.
It's Franklin, Bobby Wagner, and Greenlaw for me.
I mean, see, like, and that's what's crazy though. But for Dynasty, is Bobby Wagner?
Wagner's not the guy.
You might just try to wait because people might not want to grab him. You grab up fucking Frankie Louvu, you know, and Josie Jewell, and then you get Wagner because maybe people just sleep on him, and you're able to get like those top five.
Yeah, because Jewell's still gonna, his job is still secure in my opinion. It's him and Singleton in the inside, and then the new guy Sanders, he's gonna play like a outside linebacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if anything, I think Singleton would be like the guy who'd be on the outside looking in if like take over someone's spot, not Jewell. So my top three would be Franklin, Louvu, Greenlaw, Bobby Wagner, Josie Jewell. That's kind of how I.
Yeah, I didn't know Louvu was in there. Yeah, Louvu was in there, bro. I forgot you put. I didn't realize you read off Louvu. Yeah, Louvu, Franco, and Greenlaw.
He's got some good. Louvu's got a couple more good years. I know last year's kind of like an outlier.
Louvu's turning 27 in July, so you know what I mean. Like this is like their prime right now. And then you got Greenlaw. He's gonna be 26. Zaire Franklin, he's turning 27 this July. So is Logan Wilson. It's funny because I actually looked that up. I was kind of dictating some of my decisions in some of these startups. But I was like, oh, they're all the same age. You know what I mean?
For redraft, though, Bobby Wagner is like
top five
behind Roquan, and you know the top. Like Bobby Wagner's top four for me in redraft. Especially, I mean, he would have been top four.
You take Wagner over Mosley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Wagner's going back to the Seahawks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, shit. He changed teams and threw down damn near 100 solo tackles and all that. Like, he's just a tackling machine. And like, what's the thing that the Seahawks are the worst at? Defending the run. So, like, man, I mean, he's gonna get so many tackles again. Because it's not like he's not the reason why they're bad at defending the run. I mean, he's just making the tackle a couple yards.
It's their interior line up front that sucks. So
yeah. And they did nothing to help it. Like, I think their line just got worse from last.
Because I mean, I think even one of the guys they signed like failed the physical or some bullshit, or like you know what I mean.
Like,
so it's like
they had Dunlap. He didn't really do shit.
Yeah, Dunlap's gone. And these are more like their edge rushers anyway. Like you know, their D tackles. I think they got like Taylor over there, Darrell Taylor or whatever. I think that's like their number one D tackle. And then they have some young guys over there.
And Song said they're all top tier. Well, for me, I mean, I'm not even rating for Dynasty. I already threw my Dynasty top 12 up there, and you know, a couple of those guys were in there. But for redraft, I feel like the top tier for me is going to be Olakun, Roquan, Nick Bolton, and Bobby Wagner. Like that's like the elite of the elite linebacker tier for me. And then the tier 2 guys, I throw CJ Mosley in there, Luvu, Greenlaw,
TJ.
Yeah, for sure. TJ.
I mean, I'm just remembering who you had in your top 12 like dynasty starters.
Yeah, and I almost wouldn't even
for redraft.
I wish we could get out of the dual designation shit. I know that TJ Watt is technically a linebacker, but man, I mean, I just think of him like an just like a DL.
What about the other TJ Edwards?
Oh yeah, I forgot that's TJ Edwards.
That's what I was talking about, really.
Yeah, he's for sure in the top 12. Like, I mean, what's one of the things that people do against Chicago? Like they run the ball a lot, try to run it up, try to control.
They should have drafted Jalen Carter, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, they traded out, right? Who did they get in the first round?
Let's see.
Because I think they traded back, and then I forget. Yeah, who did they take? What did they jump back to?
Oh no, it was.
Oh yeah, they jumped back to.
They got the tackle. I mean, they fucking needed that though. They probably needed the O lineman more than the D lineman. You better fucking Fields.
I'm excited. Look at them getting some help for. They're doing what they're supposed to do for Fields, huh? They got him some weapons. Now they got more help up front. We read the other day, Alex Leatherwood is possible cut.
Yeah, and there legit wasn't really any like super impact defensive tackles or DNs. I mean, yeah, there was multiple linebackers.
I mean, Jalen Carter was the only like super right.
When he got drafted before they even went on the clock, like I mean, it was
because Chicago traded back.
Still the smart pick though. I mean, you better fucking protect Fields. Like if he's legit going to be your franchise QB, you better fucking protect that dude.
Hell yeah.
And Crispy said, Larry Bird.
Go to sleep, Crispy.
What about Bird?
What up, Bird?
But yeah, that's one thing that I'm working on right now is my redraft rankings. And like, you know, it's one of those things where like literally every day things change. And so I'm working on getting it going right now.
Guys like with dual designation, are we going to rank them, you know, where we prefer them? Like, I think like if I was to rank DBs, Isaiah Simmons would probably be a top 6 for me.
Yeah, see, that's what's kind of tough is like I almost feel like I have to, but then it's compartmentalizing the points, you know, of what someone.
The reason why he's so good as a DB is because he's really a linebacker, and you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, for sure. Well, and this year things are going to change a little bit, but yeah, I mean, what was he? You said top 6 last year, right?
Well, I'd say like if I was like when I'm ballparking my rankings right now.
Oh no, but he legit finished top 6 as
at DB, yeah, for sure. So it's like, you know, there's no way I feel like I can't drop him out of there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like it's
I mean, guys like Michael Parsons, I know he's changing to DL this year, but yeah, I mean, him and TJ Watt, I mean, they're like, you know,
I'll probably put him in the DLs.
Well, yeah, I mean, why you wouldn't want to put? I don't know, like linebacker. I feel like it's the
like
top.
If we're gonna do rankings for position, we'll do them specifically what they're mainly listed as, right? But I feel like if we did rankings and we're doing it like on like DT right or DL rankings, right? It'll group up all, you know, just for fantasy, right? So it'll group up all the edges and the tackles all in one, or the guys with dual eligibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is that crazy?
I guess that's. I mean, who are we really catering towards as far as like the content goes? I mean, mainly it's going to be people that are playing on Sleeper. You know, I mean, I know that there's people who are playing everywhere, and we'll kind of explain that. You know, maybe when TJ Watt's the number 1 DL, but we don't have him listed as a linebacker, and it's because in our world you shouldn't even play him as a linebacker if you're playing on Sleeper. Like, there's literally 0 point. He should be number 1 DL no matter what.
Quinnen Williams, like, you know, like as far as like DLs, it's like Quinnen Williams, TJ Watt, you know, Micah Parsons.
I love Josh Sweat, man. People just
Josh
forget.
Sweat. You know what I'm saying? Only 25 too. He's just ball like coming into his own like a motherfucker.
And Infinite says, what happens to Jack Sanborn? Is he dust? Well, they mostly run 2 linebackers, like, you know, more often than not. So he's going to play third fiddle for sure. I mean, look at what they paid those guys. I mean, Edmonds and fucking TJ Edwards got hella paid. So.
Hey, Sanborn.
He was undrafted, right? Or like,
yeah, he was an undrafted guy. The regime loves him, but like, you know what I mean? Not enough to like be like, hey, we're not gonna not get TJ and you know Edwards and Edmonds. You know what I mean?
He's solid depth, and in 3 linebacker sets, I mean, he'll be out there. But yeah, like
it has him as a starter right now, but it's just scheme wise, he won't be on the field as much as you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Bake said, where's Jeremy Chin in the DB rankings? 11 games, 71, 51 total. Pretty damn good. I mean, he's got to be in the top.
It is pretty fucking good, dude, because he's like a poor man's Isaiah Simmons in that sense. Isaiah Simmons in that sense, where like he's really a linebacker. You know what I mean?
He shouldn't be less than top 20 on everyone's list. I feel like that's his floor. And like, I mean, on a good day, he could be flirting with like somewhere in the top 12. Like, I mean, that's what's crazy about the DBs. Like, it's not. I mean, there's only a couple guys at the top that you're just like, I gotta have these guys over everyone else.
Like a guy like Hugh Fanga. I love Hugh Fanga. Definitely big play dependent, and he was making the big plays.
For sure.
If you don't make those big plays, bro, you know what I mean? He's not like a guy who racks up like 8-9 solos every game.
That's why you look at a guy like Brisker, who like he didn't really have any big plays. He was just like
he's racking them up, and then Pittry's the same way too, right?
Yeah. Well, because I mean, is it a coincidence that like 2 of the worst run defense teams
that they got to come up from the safety spot to be the last ditch effort to stop the running backs? Yeah. And like, look at they play in running ass divisions too. Both those guys. You know what I mean? So
for sure. But that's like something when we're diagnosing, you know, who's going to do what and these kind of things. Like those are things that we really think about and have to. Like, of course, the safeties and the linebackers on teams that have shitty defensive lines are going to eat because they're getting past the first wave.
They're getting past the second wave for them motherfuckers. First and second wave.
Yeah, especially with the Texans, right? Like, I mean, now it's going to be different. But see, and I think the addition of TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, it does hurt Brisker a little bit when it's literally Jack Sanborn is the only dude in front of you and he's missing a lot of the times and you're getting those tackles, you know, it's a little different. But maybe he does end up being in
he's still going to be in the box.
Well, maybe he gets in position to make more big plays this year. Maybe they can throw him in the box, have him rush the QB a little bit more because you got TJ Edwards. So you don't got to be so scared, you know, of leaving 2 safeties over the top.
Yep.
But he's got a nose for the ball. I want to see him, you know, rack up some interceptions, maybe some passes defended. Because yeah, I really think that he's going to take a little bit of a step back in the tackles because of the 2 new additions over there.
I'm not mad at that prognosis. You feel me?
Because he still should be drafted as a top 10 dynasty DB, like no matter what. He should be drafted as a redraft, like top 10, top 12. You know, DB needs to be up there.
Okay, let's do that real quick. Pittry. Okay, what's your top 5? You got Pittry. I mean, no particular order. Rayshawn Jenkins.
We still got to throw Snead.
Derwin. Yeah, Legarius. Legarius.
See who would be after that? Like those are the 4 guys like off the top of the dome. Like those are just like the first 4. But then after that, then we do get into like the Brisker.
So we could say this is a teardrop right here. This is the next tier.
Yeah, for sure. Because then, I mean, I feel like, you know, the Minka Fitzpatricks, the Briskers, Javon Holland. Like, I think he's going to take
my man, Javon Holland. Yep. And then I'll throw
Tyreek. He already said, Vic Fangio. He said Vic Fangio is making the defense completely like around. It's going to get wild. I got to take.
It's Vic Fangio. That's why I've been snatching up a bunch of Jerome Baker also. Or like I've been mad when I've been missing out on the Jalen Phillips experience too, because it's like that could be that like those guys are all gonna like just be that much better because of who's the D coordinator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Javon Holland, man, I'm so huge on him taking a step up this year. Like redraft, dynasty, everything. He's still just kind of he's still really forgotten.
Third year. He's the third
there.
year guy that like. I mean, look at this. He went through 2 different schemes in his career so far.
Yeah.
Right, Javon Holland. The first year as a rookie, he was playing under Brian Flores, who would keep him in the box and send him at the QB routinely. Yeah. They were doing that with their safeties. You know what I mean? They would have everybody on the line, and that shit was crazy, bro. Because he was hitting home. You know what I mean? He was getting QB hits too, and like then year 2, the guy that takes over after they get rid of Brian Flores is a Brian Flores disciple. You know what I mean? So. And like, but he's not Brian Flores, you know what I mean? Because what Brian Flores was good at was like in-game adjusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you remember what they did to Lamar Jackson a couple years ago on a Thursday night? It was a Thursday nighter. Me and you were covering this Thursday nighter. Mariota was nursing some type of wrist injury or something like that, so he was the backup, and it was Jacoby the grilled beef brisket who started, then got concussed, and Mariota had to come in. But like they just kept blitzing the fuck out of Lamar every drop back. Yeah. So it was like, and then for the rest of the year, that's what everybody did to them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Brian Flores showed him like this is how you beat this motherfucker down good. You know what I mean?
So here's a couple other guys. Okay, so we said Hufanga and Brisker. Simmons, I mean, of course, we got to throw him in there. Like, he might be the highest of, like, the second tier guys who would be starting. We give a top 5, so tier 2 guys there.
And I think Jeremy Chin could be, like, at the bottom of this tier or the start of the next tier because he's in that same boat. 70 solos. Actually, did Jeremy Chin have 70 solos last year, or was that?
No, it's 50-something. He only played 11 games. He only played, like, half.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's even better. That makes me even like him more. Damn, I'm sleeping on Jeremy Chin. I was actually mad in this draft because someone took Isaiah Simmons, and I was like, I'll take Jeremy Chin for the first time ever in history. Yeah. And then he got took right before me, bruh. That shit happens like too much.
So we got a Donovan Wilson. And
Yep. The Cowboys guy.
And Richie Grant in the mix.
These are all second tier guys.
Especially Wilson, they signed him to like a 2 or 3 year deal, so he's going to be there for a couple years now.
And the age they're at right now, their prime right here. 27 through like 30.
What is he? He's 27 or 28?
He's like 28. Yeah, he's 28. He's like Rayshawn Jenkins' age. I think Rayshawn Jenkins actually is turning 29 already. Yeah. Yeah, or he might be 29 already. But then there's
I might be like the next tier. Like, I mean, maybe you throw Buddha in there, but with all the drama going on, we just don't know where he's going to end.
And the new coaching scheme too. I don't, you know what I mean? It feels like they're like, okay, well, Isaiah Simmons is going to play your role now. Like, I feel like that's what they're gearing towards because Jalen Thompson is so good. And Jalen Thompson might be a sleeper this year in that aspect, like, you know what I mean, at the position, right? Like, because he's later.
People sleep on him for sure.
Yeah, I hate using that word sleeper, but they literally sleep on him. Like, people forget that because they think of Buda Baker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
They don't think of Jalen Thompson and Isaiah Simmons, you know what I mean? No. But like those, it's also because Buddha's been a hurt motherfucker too, you know what I mean?
That's what's crazy. I mean, we can go all the way back. I mean, 2020, 2019. I mean, Buddha has been like one of these top
guys. Like it wasn't his last year.
Yeah,
and the year prior because he missed like significant time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's fucking crazy, man. He's held his value as a top tier DB for so long, but sooner or later, it just. I mean, maybe the change of scenery will do good for him. Like, I mean, I just want to see where he's going to end up. He needs
to go. You know where he needs to go, right? I send everyone here.
The Rams.
Go to Belichick. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, see, like
go to the ultimate guy that likes this type of player. You know what I mean?
It would be crazy. They just have so many DBs that they've got.
They have all DBs, bro. They'll end up playing like 6 DBs and shit.
They all play linebacker too, right?
Right? That's what I'm saying, though, man. They even got Jabril Peppers over there.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Oh shit! Actually,
they got pick over there.
Oh, I think Jabril Peppers actually might have went to Cleveland now.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I don't think he's there anymore.
But they had him doing that too. That the dual designation type of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Justin
But,
Simmons. It's Justin Simmons, that third tier, Jamal Adams, guys like that.
For redraft, yeah. I mean, I almost want to talk redraft over dynasty, but I know that.
Yeah, we're talking redraft right now.
Specifically, yeah.
Yeah. Then
And I don't know, like that's the thing though. Like even dynasty.
Cameron Curl. What about my man Cameron?
I'm a little nervous about him, but he's still got to be respected.
They added new because Forrest has emerged, and they added this Jartavius Martin, who's a third round, second round,
high second round.
So and Cameron Curl, I don't even think he's making it to his second. I mean, I don't think they're gonna give him a second contract. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean they've been doing solid at drafting. Like that's the thing. I mean, when Landon Collins went out, it was like Cam Curl comes in, and it's like nothing changed.
Well, they had got rid of Landon Collins, remember? Because
I'm just talking about when he tore his.
When they brought Landon Collins back.
Well, no, when Landon Collins tore his.
When he came over from the Giants.
When he got hurt. Yeah. No, he went to the Giants after.
No, my bad. I had it backwards. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking years ago when Landon Collins is like top 4 DB and he's up there with
Cameron Curl. Like, he's a 4th year guy at this point, right? 5th year.
Yeah. So this is back. I mean, maybe 2020 when Collins tore his ACL, and then Curl comes in and he's killing it.
Cameron Curl and Snead were guys I had everywhere in 2021, like redraft IDPs.
Yeah.
I mean, I had them in my dynasties. Like I had those guys because I would wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I would never. I never would want to go for the Jamal Adams and the Buda Bakers because they went too high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then L'Jarius Sneed, that's another one too. It's like, man, please just retain him there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't let him go anywhere.
Yeah, I know, right? Because he's not that good. He's so great because of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he's not like defending hella passes. He's tackling them after the catch.
It's one of those things. It's like, yeah, he's not there to get interceptions. Maybe he'll get a couple here and there randomly, but it's like you're just there. I mean, he's like a strong safety or free safety playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say how many sacks he has? 1 a year? Does he average 1 a year? You know what I mean? Like, because they'll send him off the line too. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's his thing. Is like, he's not pressing guys out the line or anything. It's like as soon as the ball he's just turning around and running backwards.
You know what I'm saying? And we love that. Get all
the this guy get behind you. Do not let him get behind you, whoever it is.
I remember when I was looking into it sometime early in the offseason, he was like his yards after the catch were dummy ass low. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But his catch percentage that he allows was like basically like 50, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's just like a sure tackler.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you finna catch the ball on him, but you're not gonna go far.
Infinite said, "Is Boutte a bust? Is there any news from camp?" The news is
there's news.
He might get cut.
There's news that he's booty. You know what I mean?
That the writing was on the wall. Like his mom knew it coming out of the womb. You know, like I mean, it's.
Hold on, I'm missing this. Tell me the story. What?
It's not his mom. I mean. His name's Boutte. Like, I mean, he's booty.
It's French. It's pronounced Boutte. It's French. Yeah, I mean, what's French for ass? You know what I mean? I mean,
Bidet.
You know, Tyquan Thornton. How about this? Tyquan Thornton last year. Damian Harris years prior. It don't matter how high your draft capital is. If Belichick says you ain't handling, bro, you're not going to see the field. And in this case, Boutte is not handling so much so that they're saying could be cut. You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at Tyquan Thornton. Barely saw the field last year because they said he was coming along slow, learning the system. But they didn't say, like, he's about to be cut because he's still there. You know, Damian Harris, they made him a healthy scratch his entire rookie year because he won't play. He's not going to play special teams. So they're like, well, we don't need you then. You know what I mean? Because you're not the greatest in practice either. Right? And it wasn't until the next year they're like, all right, he's handling now. You know what I mean? Like, it's very different over there how they run shit. They don't let any kind of capital dictate their decision making. You know what I mean? Or even second chance making. Like, well, he's the first rounder. N'Keal Harry, let's give him another chance. Fuck no. Right? Remember N'Keal Harry?
Yeah. I mean,
he has Brady. He has Brady.
Like they used Sony Michel like to the peak of what he could do, and then they got rid of him like at the perfect time. Like, I mean, he didn't really do anything like after.
Well, because his sophomore year he was riddled with injuries, and remember, remember his sophomore year, they had drafted Damian Harris, but Damian Harris was a healthy scratch motherfucker. And then during that same year, they brought in Corduroy Pimpin and converted him to running back. You know what I mean? There was all kinds. They were doing Belichick shit, man.
And then the next year, Stevenson like hella late. And like,
and in 2020, they trade away Michelle to the fucking Rams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Infinite said, ask Bogard who's the starting QB for the 49ers. So I guess he hasn't heard you. Yeah, he hasn't heard your take.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's my take. And it's very consistent from jump since the offseason. Because this is like a popular topic of conversation. And it's popular because it varies in people what their opinion is. And mine is it's gonna be the Brock. I hate that there's an asterisk here because there's probably an asterisk next to any of these players you choose between Lance, Brock, or Donald Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? The Terminator himself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going with the Brock because even if it wasn't fancy, he won games. He operated the offense and had us as one of the top scoring teams in the league that stretch that he was a starter. Right. And for fantasy, we fucking want that because with Lance and his small sample size, all those guys and Huss will tell you.
Oh shit, Bogey ran into the Matrix. He'll be back to finish his point. But yeah, Bogey's been super consistent about it being Brock and it being his job to lose. And it was always assuming health. I mean, that was always, I mean, the argument for sure. And Beg said it would be cool to have an advanced IDP strategy. Which team has the worst D line to find potential linebacker and DB breakouts in the second and third level? I like that. We'll throw it out there again after Bogey finishes his thought.
I'll wrap it quick. Fucking Matrix. But yeah, the Brock. I'm telling you, when it comes to the Brock. He won games. He has 2 playoff wins under his belt. And that's all you really got to know. You know what I mean? Like, that weighs heavier. It's just like when I was sitting with Belichick, when you could throw the draft capital out the window. I don't care how much people will emphasize what the Niners spent up to get Lance. It don't fucking matter anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing that's crazy is like, okay, I mean, the guys like, I mean, Shanahan, I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows how to evaluate, talent. We saw Purdy play way more than Lance has like got to play, and like Purdy didn't. I mean, it's not like Lance like looked like horrible, when he played, but like Purdy won so many games, and it's like, what have you done for me lately? And Purdy wasn't really throwing interceptions, like that, and was just like guiding this ship, and that's really all they need over there, someone to just guide the ship. So yeah, it's crazy how like there's still this huge group of people out there who they won't say that like Lance is going to be the starter and be great, but they're also like, we don't know what Lance is. Like, we haven't seen him play. Like, there's no way that like we should call him a bust or that he's awful or that he's not good. And people just really don't want to hear that kind of shit about someone who might turn into one of the biggest busts in NFL history. Right?
Okay, it is. My man Prime. Shout out to Prime. Remember I told you he collects the cards and shit?
Yeah.
He legit has spent over 5 bands on Lance cards, like signed cards, all kind of shit. So he's like, bro, I need Lance to be the guy just based on that.
Yeah, just to get my money back.
Dude, what the fuck? And because he got, and I remember.
Especially being in the Bay, right? It's like if he blows up, those are really going to turn into like a lot of money.
Yeah, because he moves the cards. You know what I mean? He's like, and he has so many that he could sit on some in that case. You know what I mean? So he could move, some to rock.
Because you want to try to get all the rookies that you think are going to blow up and get them signed.
Yeah, like he has a bunch of
4 years are going up.
Yeah, he got all the guys, Trevor Lawrence's and this and that. You know what I mean? He was
Herbert's and Lawrence cards are worth so fucking much right now.
Yep. And he was
10,000 plus for like some of these cards.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
And so like Lance was going crazy like 3 years ago before anything hit the fan. And that's what's crazy because what's the difference now and 3 years ago with Lance? Right? We don't fucking know. And you know what I do know? The Brock says, who is this Rudy Poo?
Who is this Rudy Poo?
And the Brock got W's and he got postseason W's.
He played 1 year. Lance has played 2, and Brock's played what, like almost like more than double like the amount of games that Lance has played in.
Yeah, the starting wise, yeah, because I think he started like 7 or 9, something like that.
And what's Lance started? 4 or 3?
5, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
There's one against the Texans, one against the Cardinals, one against Chicago, one against Tennessee. Fuck, bro, I can't even remember the other ones, bro. Houston twice. There you go. He never played against Tennessee. Houston twice.
Okay.
Was it Houston twice? Houston once for sure. I can't remember the 15 that he started against. It might only be 4, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we could go back and look, but I know it's not more than 5. That's for sure. Let me go look up Pro Football Reference real quick.
Yeah, games started because he's good.
Not total.
Yeah, he's came into a couple games. Here's another thing.
Yeah, he's only started 4, 2 in each
there
year.
He goes. Yeah, I couldn't think of the 5th. And then I think it's 21 starts total in NFL and college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just not good, bro. And then I think the
look
Brock,
at his hairline, man. Like, he is stressed out like a motherfucker. He is not cool, calm, and collective, man. He's got the LeBron James hairline going.
And he's not generational like LeBron James. I'll tell you that. He's just a regular old guy with a receding hairline. You know what I mean? Okay, here's the thing. I'm not like a superficial, surface level kind of guy, but like when you get someone like my girl who's a diehard Niner, where she's like, Lance better be good because Jimmy just looks better. You know what I mean? Like, that's how like a lot of people have been viewing it, bro.
I mean,
like, they're Lance his play had to have been good because he didn't look good. You know what I mean?
All right, this is a big pause.
You can't be ugly and play ugly, bro.
This is a big pause. I mean, it's win ugly with handsome Jimmy, right? I mean, it's not like, if Jimmy started, like, his hairline started receding, he started getting some fucked up teeth or something, they wouldn't view him the same. Like, but he stayed the same as far as like his.
Now he's getting a little salt and pepper. And now he looks like he's like
Clooney.
Yeah, he's like
George
Clooney phase. You feel me? Clooney Garoppolo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
man. But yeah, I mean, that was a big topic of conversation when there was so many question marks around the health. But we've heard it too many times now from like Shanahan, from Lynch, and like just everything. Like Purdy's going to be the guy, assuming health. They said it before he started throwing. They said it the week that he started throwing, and then they said it again the week after he started throwing when he didn't have a setback. And they said, I remember the timetable was like 3 months from when they said he started throwing, and the timetable will add up to the start of the season, that 3 months from when he started throwing.
Yep.
You're going to be back.
And see, that's the thing is like, because, people find things to hold on to make their case. So if anyone was on the Lance side, they'd say in the beginning, right? What were they saying? Broadcast Tommy John, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Are you a fucking doctor? Well, I would love baseball. Like, motherfuckers been baseball. This is football, motherfucker. And we'll see. Then he doesn't have the Tommy John. Then it's like, oh well, Lance is the first rounder. They spent so much to get him. Yeah, and I still had my same argument. He had fucking playoff wins, bro.
Yeah.
And then when you want to talk about intangible stories and stuff that the media can get their hands on, Lance got it all built for him. He has the comeback story in the making built for him. Media's gonna love it. But then on the flip side, Brock, he's got the biggest fucking one of the greatest stories already embedded in him. He's Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Anything he does is gonna supersede anyone's expectation.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't
get out there and start and win a couple games, like that's already exceeding expectations from the draft. Like Lance didn't even do that. Lance's career 500, 1-1 in each year. So I mean, even then, if he's 2-0 and 2-0 in both those years.
You want to know what the argument people make for Sam Darnold? They go like this. They go, well, if those guys are hurt, it's Sam Darnold, bro, because he's a former first rounder. And he's with Shanahan, bro. Look at what Shanahan did with the Brock. You know what I mean?
It's all
made the Brock good. Oh yeah, he didn't make Lance good.
I've been very consistent.
Sometimes guys just aren't good. You know what I mean?
I've been very consistent about this. Kyle Shanahan could take a lot of QBs and put them in a position where they can win because it's all based on the system, not around a superstar QB. Even though, I mean, we see with Jimmy, it could be the difference between a throw.
Hey, Jimmy, I say Jimmy's a superstar. He's number one in our hearts.
But I mean, that it is what it is, and like being healthy. Like, that's the biggest, like, ability for any 49ers, like, QB/running back right now. If you can stay on the field, like, you're just probably going to look really good.
I'm just going to have a drink now because right, just the way it works out, like, we'll see each one of them be a starter at one point, probably.
I mean, that's I picked Sam Darnold in almost every best ball because, like, the possibility of him starting a couple games is very good. Who knows how many games?
It's just because of and it's hard to bank on injury history, but like, damn, these motherfuckers get hurt. Like, it went from Shanahan's running backs can never stay healthy, and then went like but then you look at it too, it's like, damn, this whole time we've had Shanahan, our QBs couldn't stay healthy either. Going all the way back to Brian Hoyer, to CJ Beathard, to motherfucking Hemi, to Lance.
We had more makeshift running backs than QBs, though, right?
Yeah, but still though, like it's been devastating in our QB room just all the same. I mean, like, like we went from one point to lose.
That's why you go out and get a Sam Darnold, right? Because I mean,
look at this. We lost 2018. We lose Jimmy, then we lose Beathard, then we have Big Dick Nick Mullins. You know what I mean? Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens that way to us. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And why'd they go out and get Sam Darnold to begin with?
Because it's better than Josh Johnson, I'll tell you that much.
Well, I mean, see, Josh Johnson's the fourth, though. I mean, they were Purdy, like,
but he was the third, though.
I think they knew that they got lucky with Brock Purdy because, like, they could, if they went and they pick anybody else in that draft, who knows if they do what Brock Purdy did. If they go sign a free agent who's just like some whatever scrubby backup. Sam Darnold's probably one of the better backups in the NFL right now. Probably doesn't deserve to be a starter without injuries.
Okay. Starter? Nah, forget about it. But backup, one of the highest end backups in the game.
Yeah,
I think he's like a cunt hair underneath Andy Dalton.
He's like a top 40 guy, right? I mean, we got 32 starters. So when we put him in the top 25, 8 is 25% of 32, right? So when we put him in the top 25% of backup QBs, I think
when you do all the fancy numbers like that,
well, it's not fancy numbers. It's what it is.
I hate Sam Darnold,
I mean, he's going to beat out Trey Lance to be the backup, right? That's what we have heard just nothing good about Trey Lance other than
I think we need to have like a Trey Lance watch, man. Like, I think I'm starting to worry about it. Like, we need to like have someone watching, like make sure his well-being is all good 24/7. I think because like if he reads the blurb where they're talking about Sam Darnold is threatening him for the second, bro, oh no.
I mean, okay, this is the reason why I said that they should have traded Trey Lance. What they get back and all that is irrelevant to like.
But that's the thing though, is that it's already been reported there was like little to no interest, and like because of the injury, like,
and he hasn't shown shit. He hasn't shown.
Remember last year? You know what's crazy, bro? Is last year, if Jimmy doesn't all of a sudden have this shoulder, remember it was the fucking Cowboys too that hit him. They hit him was it the wild card? Yeah, they hit him in the wild card matchup. He finished the game, but then he tweaked his shoulder. Finds out he needs to get a surgery after the NFC Championship. And then, but at the time, we had the Steelers had a deal on the table. They were trying to trade for Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Now he got to get the surgery. Boom, deal's off the table. The draft happens. Everybody grabs QBs or picks them up in free agency. And then we stay with Jimmy. And like that was probably the best thing that happened to us because Trey Lance gets hurt, and then we still go on to have a run with Jimmy, right?
Yeah. And here's the whole reason what I'm saying. It's not because and yes, you're right. There was little interest because like his name right now is garnering potential starting QB, and I don't think a lot of teams are just not going to be that guy. But it's the psyche part of all this. Like if you don't have your head 1,000,000% in the game. Like if you're lacking confidence as a QB, you're just never going to be good.
You know why the Steelers
be good.
See, the Steelers, going back to Jimmy, they wanted to trade for Jimmy. It doesn't happen. Then they're happy to draft Kenny Pickett. You know why? For years, they had an eye on this kid.
Yeah.
He's in the same facility as them.
Yeah.
You know, because the college he went to, obviously local, and they used the same practice facility as the Steelers. So they, you know what I mean? They were very comfortable with that pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure. Like Lance, nobody's comfortable trading for a Lance. See, like Mike Tomlin going back to trading for Jimmy, he would have been very comfortable trading for Jimmy. Yeah, I need somebody who's going to dump it off short and keep the chains moving, like Big Ben Rapersberger did at that point in his career.
Lance is literally going to end up as like an RG3 journeyman where like he goes and backs up the Lamar, he goes and backs up Hurts. But I think it's going to come to terms like, he's got to come to terms with that mentally.
I mean, there's a system here.
After he gets released from the 49ers when they don't like pick up his 5th year and shit like that.
I mean, there's a system that there's a Shanahan system out there somewhere that's going to end up with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could even be the fucking Jets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could even be the fucking Jets. You know what I'm saying? Because Rodgers is only going to be there for however long. You know what I mean? Unless the ayahuasca tells him he has 10 more years. You know what I mean? 10 more Earth years.
And One Nation said, not knocking Purdy, but he had one sexy defense last season and contributed to those wins.
Okay.
I've knocked Purdy a lot.
So what are you saying? He's Trent Dilford? Is that what you're saying? You're saying he's Trent?
I've been consistent in that Brock, like,
the Brock was, you know why I want the Brock? We're fantasy analysts. I'm not even wearing any Niner gear right now. So I'll tell you, just as like for fantasy enthusiasts, I wanted to be the Brock. We needed to be the Brock or the Kittles, the Debos, the CMC dump offs. All these things we want all of that. And the Brock was delivering all of that. You know what I mean?
Things are going to be different second year with teams having film on him.
That's
but
cool.
yeah, I mean, as far as like getting our fantasy weapons involved, like we don't want Lance.
Does Brock not have some of the sexiest weapons ever? He has everything to make him good.
Yeah.
The reason why he has the edge on them is because he actually won with everything that helped him win. You know what I mean? If you're doing what you're supposed to do, that's going to give you the edge. You know what I'm saying? But I actually like it to be the Brock because that will give us the best of both worlds in fantasy and reality.
Brock,
you know what I mean? Like
played way more games. So I guess he's only started 5 games. That's what's crazy. I mean, seems like more.
But there was the 2, but there was the 3 in the playoffs.
2, right?
3. We lost in the NFC title game. See, people forget about that. They act like that game didn't count because he played a series and got hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that game would fuck up his numbers, and when you add that into its entirety, but like, you know what I'm saying? You know me, I'll find ways to prorate that out. You know what I mean?
Either way, though, 5-0. What's Trey Lance? 2-2. You know, I mean, he's just it was with CMC, and that's always the argument that I'll make when I'm knocking it. But is Trey Lance going to be the type of guy who's dumping it off to a CMC, like, anyways, even in design play? Like,
I don't know, man. With his windup, it's like. With his windup, he's liable to overthrow a dump off.
Crispy, you mad? You mad, motherfucker? Because you told me I'm on the clock in the AFC division, and it's like 18th or 19th round, and I take Troy Anderson, and felt really good.
It's a good pick.
And like Titans comes on, he was like, "Screw you, hustler." That was about to be my pick as he's on. And then Crispy comes in here and says Troy Anderson is ass.
What? We don't even know what he is really, bro. He's hey, he was a bad motherfucker for them when he got the starting gig last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's going to be solid for fantasy, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
When his second round pick last year, we're telling everyone to pick him, put him in your taxi squad because he's not being drafted super high. It's really all about Devin Lloyd and Quay Walker. And then he was one of those guys who just falls into the mix with the rest of the IDP guys. But yeah, if you got him in your taxi squad, get ready to unleash him. And Crispy said Carson Wentz to the 49ers. I mean,
don't you? I already have Darnold, bro. What are you trying to do? Damn it, Carson Wentz to the Cowboys. Hold on, Carson Wentz is already going to ruin the Raiders, so we like him there. Let's fuck the Raiders. And with Jimmy there, Jimmy's probably like telling Carson, "Listen, bro, you probably might get a start sooner than later, man."
I mean, if that's like fuck it now with
I see it now. Because Jimmy always gets these crazy like injuries. Like they're always like different injuries, right? ACL, fucking high ankle, fucking hamstring, fucking shoulder, wrist, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Someone's gonna just poke him right in the eye, bro.
Hey, Captain Insano shows no mercy.
He's gonna be out there wearing an eye patch, bro. He's gonna make that. I'm telling you, bro. What? He's like, Carson, you're in there for 2 weeks. I gotta wear this eye patch.
See, but it would be real fitting. Okay, because now it's crazy. Now you can have like the third QB, playing on the like every game, whatever, without like taking up a roster spot or whatever.
Oh, I just figured it out, bro. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
Trey Lance, new and improved, better Taysom Hill. Let's fucking go.
Make him go out there and be a Mink Chef running back and tight end and everything except
all of it. Put the ball in his hand. He'll run away with it like his hairline. New Taysom Hill.
Man, Taysom Hill is not happy over there right now. He's like, I want to fucking roll, damn it. I want to roll.
Oh shit. He's back with Sean Payne now. No, he's still with the Saints.
Yeah, they got some crazy contract over there still.
That's right. Damn, Taysom Hill. Not only Taysom Hill finds a way, huh? He's the only person in the whole fucking world named Taysom.
Oh man.
It sounds like they just threw letters together.
Yeah.
Taysom. Not quite like Jason or Taysom, but Taysom.
And Beg said Lance to Miami would be possible.
Hey, I mean, but
see the future.
But Tua is really fucking good. It's just that he throws up these gang signs after, you know what I mean? He's just, you know what I mean? He's taking these bad hits, and that's really the only knock on Tua. Because now he's in a system with the weaponry that he is gonna be fantasy gold as long as he stays upright. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not gonna get rid. It's designed right now. It's designed for him to get an extension that's team friendly type shit. You know what I mean? Because of the risk that's built in him. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I mean, shit. He's still gonna have to get paid. I mean, decently. How about that?
Yeah. And it probably comes by way. This is his 5th year now, right? 20, 21, 22.
The same year as Herbert and Burrow. So yeah.
So and they told him they're not picking up his 5th year option, right?
Did they?
Oh no, they did pick up his 5th year. That's right. I'm sorry. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at minimum, he's playing through that 5th year because that's fully guaranteed right there.
For sure. And if you want to keep, I mean, guys like Tyreek Hill and stuff like that, like you better take less money. And Waddle's
going to Tyreek Hill's paid already. It's Waddle, really.
Well, and you have to hope that he's going to re-extend. That's what we hope. I know Tyreek.
I mean, because is it far-fetched to say that he's going to be he'll be 34 at one point and be a free agent again and like, I'm still faster than everybody. You know what I mean?
For real.
Like, I mean, yeah, probably extending. I mean, it wouldn't be a problem to extend an elder receiver, especially if they start to see him.
I guess he's 20. So he's 29 right now. He's got 3 years left on the deal, right?
Okay, so he's dummy, not even 34.
Yeah. 32,
He'll be 32.
33. Yeah.
I don't know. Tyreek Hill, you know what's funny? Tyreek Hill, he's hella polarizing all of a sudden. Because he's been doing things he says he's going to do. You know what I mean? He's already proven himself to like, you know what I mean? Hey, it's almost like him and Mahomes both proved himself. Because Mahomes like, listen, man, I did it without Tyreek. And then Tyreek did all the best career numbers without him. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I know when people go on to his show or whatever, of course, they're going to be stroking him off. But, I mean, there's been a lot of guys who have said that he's got the best podcast, in the sports game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's so polarizing right now that there's a career for him here. Yeah. Look at Austin Eckler. He hasn't fully transitioned like everyone assumed he was going to like transition into like, some form of, influencer in some form or fashion, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what,
he's making a couple bucks on Twitch, like who knows
right.
How it's legit probably a couple.
But Tyreek Hill is also okay, is it safe to say that Austin Eckler is a friendly guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people tend to tune into the more controversial, like rough around the edges type motherfuckers like a Tyreek. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you want to hear what crazy shit he's about to say.
He's about to say.
I mean, I was telling you before we hopped on here, he's got AB, Antonio Brown, on there. And he was like, he knew he called out the Central Michigan, so he knew where he went. And he even says, like, he was like, I tell everyone, like, you were the guy who put, like, the small guys, on the map to where we can start being what we are now. And AB's like, well, why I got to be small, man?
Oh, shit, he hit him in the wrong nerve, huh?
And Tyreek is like, he was like, who'd you play with over there at Central Michigan? He was like, well, JJ, he was like, me and JJ were holding it down. And he like mentioned some more people. And he was like, man, you got JJ Watt over there and all this. He was like, how come you didn't win no games over there then?
Isn't that funny? Because that goes to show how poorly researced he was, that guy.
Yeah.
Bro, how come y'all didn't even win? Y'all had you and JJ. He's like, bro, we did win. Oh, okay.
He was like, we won in 2007 and 2009. So he won 2 of the years that he was actually there. And, but, smaller conference. I mean, Central Michigan, like.
Smaller, whatever.
But yeah, that's why he goes as a 6th rounder, right? I mean, AB was nowhere like touted as
the Steelers. This is where it fucks me up with the Steelers, because when you go guys that like Herschel, Santonio. Oh no, not Santonio. What was his name? Santana. No, it's Santonio.
No, you're right, Santonio.
Yeah, Santonio.
He was a fucking Super Bowl MVP.
Manny Sanders, Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? Even Martavius Bryant was a bad.
Martavius Bryant was a dude. If you take away the,
he was a dude, bro. Like
he's still playing in the XFL right now. He's
and good. Then and because of guys like this, Juju, right? You start looking at like, okay, maybe Eli Rogers might be a guy. And then, oh no, Eli Rogers is not a guy, right? Or then it'd be like, oh shit, like George Pickens, right? Because then you start thinking, Rick Claypool, right? Like you start thinking like, ooh, well, they are gonna draft the receivers. Then they flash, and you're like, but you know what I mean? And then Deontay Johnson,
yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they loved him so much. They're like, peace out, Juju.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right? Like, if you think about the numbers that Juju put up, like they just know how to find receivers.
I mean, I don't know. It's like the Steelers have such high expectations for like their franchise guys, whoever they are. Because, like, I mean, of course, Big Ben,
running backs and receivers for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, what fucking running backs can we think of that got like a second contract or any kind of bag, contract?
Can't really.
I mean, you got to go back to maybe like Jerome Bettis, because I mean, he wasn't even drafted there. I mean, they bring him over.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's, I don't even remember. I mean, that was before I was even, like, I don't even remember how old I was when that shit happened.
I remember I was in high school when he was already with them. So it probably happened somewhere in the 90s, because like, I remember when he had the bus had his last stop, right?
Yeah.
What was that, 2001, 2?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy. It was like him and Rashard Mendenhall, right? Like when I think, right? Who was the other running back on?
I couldn't even tell you, bro. There was the youngster though. He was killing it in that year. That last Jerome Bettis year.
Yeah, because they were running a duel.
There was like a rookie, and he was killing it. And then the bus told this motherfucker, said, "Hey, bro, it's about to be you." You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah.
Who was it?
For a blast from the past, it was Willie Parker.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
He was the guy that year. Like he passed him the baton. He said, "Listen, kid, let's go get one." You know what I mean?
Because Willie Parker had fucking he broke 1,200 yards that year on the ground.
And that was the guy in the playoffs. But look at Jerome Bettis' touchdowns that year, though.
Let's go.
Because if my recollection is correct, he was like the punch it in machine. Like, get me down there and I'll close the deal.
I mean, the last 2 years, I mean, 2004, 13 tugs, and in 2005, nine touchdowns. Okay. Only 110 attempts, though. Like,
you know what I'm saying? You're like, go in there and just punch that bitch in.
He only played 12 games, so he got hurt that year also. But Willie Parker was the starter, like out of the gate that year. Like Bettis was not. He didn't even start one game.
And I feel like, because that was still I mean, it was Mike Tomlin already, but like, what was the other dude?
No, it wasn't Mike Tomlin.
Okay, what was the dude? Well, Mike Tomlin was the DC then. What was the dude? Or he was not the DC. He was the assistant DC, because it was fucking Dick LeBeau. What was their head coach's name, bro? Legend. I'm fucking
Bill Cowher.
Cowher, there you go. Yeah.
The chin.
And that's all they want to do, bro. Is feed one guy. And that's been the culture there since too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe they might sprinkle in a little, another little, like in that case too, Jerome Bettis became the sprinkle. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's crazy like how long he was around and how long he was getting used like crazy. As a rookie, 294 attempts. Sophomore, 319. Got hurt the next year, 183. 320 the year after that. Didn't even start all the games. The year after that, 375 attempts, and then 316, and then 299.
What? 316?
Yeah, and the 316.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
I mean, that's a crazy amount of years where he's like a 300 plus like attempt guy. Bust, man. He was getting used and running over people too. Always. But yeah, Tyreek, he's wild, man. That's the thing that yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys who doesn't like to get tackled. So I don't know, like if he's
fucking fast, bro.
Yeah, he's got to.
Hey, Tyreek, he should show up to training camp. You know how people wear fly shit when they go to training camp?
Yeah.
He should show up as the Flash, bro. That would be hard.
That'd be tight.
The Black Flash.
That'd be tight. I want to see someone dress up like Stone Cold. There's always someone who dresses up like Stone Cold like every year.
Okay, who has blue eyes and we've seen with a goatee before? All you have to do is shave his head.
Fuck.
Aaron fucking Rodgers, let's go.
Oh shit! Yeah. Last year he showed up like
showed up as Nick Cage from Con Air.
Yeah, I can't remember his name in the movie, but yeah.
Damn, I cannot open this shit. This is fucking killing me. It's fucking buggy proof.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Man, I cannot wait. We're August. It's like 2 months away, like legit 2 months away. And it's going to be so fun, man.
I mean, shit, we're going to war, bro. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. Oh, no, I'm talking about Vegas.
Oh, yeah, we there. Yeah, okay, so so I'm gonna book. I've been looking at the prices; they haven't been fluctuating much. I just haven't booked it, but now I finally got coordinated with Candlestick. Because here's the thing too: is like, hey, am I gonna book and you're gonna hand me it back? Like, here's the range. Why don't you shoot me the brand already? Like, it's one of those. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm about to pull the trigger, but I want to make sure I'm insured. I don't want to pay it, and then you got to pay me back. And when something happens, like, give me the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because we got to get. We're coming up on July, so we're gonna start having everyone. We got to get those payments locked in. Anyone who's playing in the Hustler Green Bowl, the $600 buy-in league, our big money league, we're gonna got to start getting those deposits in. Man, one of the guys I think I might have told you about him. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's like, man, I come to Vegas like 4 or 5 times a year. Like, yeah, I'd love to be in that league. And I told him just join the 420 crew.
Oh, yeah, he dropped the bread immediately.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to be in Vegas like in 2 weeks. He was like, can I give you the whatever the deposit is then?
That was cool. Where's he from?
Where's he from? He's from somewhere where weed is not legal, for sure. Damn.
He was real excited.
Yeah, I can't even remember where he's from. We'll get to know everyone because, I do want for that one. I mean, I would love to have where we all, everyone like we're going to be recording most if not.
So we have a meet. We're going to get a complete psychological profile.
Well, it's going to be. We got to do. We got to have it to where we're getting little intros from guys for this draft. where are you from? What are you gonna talk about shit? You know, whatever.
What
Anything.
brought you here to this league? Is it glory?
Ha.
Is it money? Is it recognition?
It was funny.
Answer the question.
His name was Robert Paulson. Do you remember that shit in Workaholics when Homegirl died? The old lady who was like the office prankster. They don't even know.
the one that what's his name slept with, right?
No, she was old. She was
Oh,
super
the old chick.
Yeah, you barely see she's in like 2 or 3 episodes, but this one she died. She was like sleeping, and looks like she was sleeping, and the guys start fucking with her and stuff, but she's like really dead, and like it gets wild. And they go to her funeral or not her funeral,
and they still think she's playing.
No, but they don't know her name. They don't know her name, and Adam, he's like, her name was Roberta Paulson.
That's right.
Her name was Roberta Paulson.
Because all they did was fuck with her.
Yeah. And it was fun. Her kids come in and like they gave her a tape that if she passed away, and like she flashed the whole screen. She's like, look at this, and then like put the camera away and then came back and flashed. She's like, office prankster for life, bitch.
Oh man.
And then they flashed to the kids.
Your boobs.
And then they flashed to the kids, and they're like, yeah, she wasn't very well, like mentally.
They didn't know their mom lived for that shit. She lived and died to terrorize the office. It's the only joy she got out of life.
Oh yeah, office prankster. Oh man. Workaholics, that's such a good show.
Damn, that shit is throwback.
You know, it's funny. These guys, they have a podcast.
Is it still going strong?
What?
Is it still going?
Yeah. They just did like a live show recently. And I mean, they're more immature than us, you know? So
I would imagine.
It's really
you get famous for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to give it up just because you're aging. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Still working for them. Like, they just did it. I bet you they sold that live out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was in Irvine or some shit like that.
Yeah, and see, in Irvine, you know, they'll pay like 10 bands a head. So
Chaotic. What up, Chaotic?
What up, Kay? Oh shit, I'm trying to, you know, Kay, she got CMC over there. She posted him on the block. I was thinking like, man, Kay, how can we make this happen, Kay?
Who'd you have posted on the block?
She got CMC posted on the block league. I think it's 21, maybe, or 20. 19, it's 18, 19, 20, or 21, whichever one.
Yeah, whichever one she's in.
Huh?
I said whichever one she's in, right?
Yeah, the one that she's in. She got him on the block. I was like, oh, okay.
Which one is it? Chaotic? Throw it in the chat. Where you got CMC?
Hey, I was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna let Bogey buy it. Bogey's been shopping.
Let me go see.
Hey, I've been shopping, motherfucker. It's been like a month, like maybe almost a month and a half straight, bro.
Can't be 19 because I have CMC.
I've been calling you like a motherfucker, like, or texting you, right? Every day. Push my tray through, please, whenever you get Bro, we're going crazy, bro. You know what I like it too? Because I have a reputation that people, they know I'll entertain trades, so I get shit sent to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the 21.
Yeah.
What are you looking for, Chaotic?
I know she just put him on the block, huh? Because she's not bad over there. I'm trying to think like what is she like devastated in? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you looking for picks, you looking for players, what positions you looking for? Let's see, I'm trying to pull up.
Like maybe she need linebackers, but then it's like, you know, but then you come with CMC, you can't just be like, hey, here's some linebackers, you need them. You gotta be like linebackers or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause I spent like a good 10 minutes looking at her team yesterday, and I was like, you know what, I'll revisit this. You know what I mean?
24 firsts. Oh yeah. Plus what? I'll throw in a 24 first right away for CMC.
No.
Did you already trade yours away?
No, I'm just like, because you're about to beat me to it.
And Bake said, she said in QBs as well. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's the part where it's a little tricky.
I think in the 21, I might not even got two. I only got 2 starters. Shit. I think in the 21, I got like Stetson Bennett as like my 3rd or some bullshit. You know what I'm talking about?
I got Sam Darnold if you're interested. Like that.
Don't do her like that.
That'll be one of like 3
He's
players.
not even a starter.
Not yet. Not
Oh, I can't even argue that. Let's change the subject.
Yeah, that's because I got Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, and Pesos.
Oh man, you could come off of one of them, bro.
Those are the 3 that I got. And let's see.
Who does she got over there? She got Lawrence or something? I'm just always assuming she has Lawrence.
Let's see. Who does she have over here? She's got Tua and Goff.
Oh yeah, okay. She ripped them up back to back.
And that looks like it. Tua and Goff, yeah.
Yeah, because she took CMC and Tua, right? Yeah.
Oh, she said that that you got T-Law in this one.
Oh, that's what she's trying to say to me. Oh. Well, now I think I need a whole bunch of firsts and shit.
Yeah, you got you got Trevor and Dak over there, but that's it at the QB.
I got what you want. I don't know. You know what? I don't know, man.
Now too? What?
Tough, man. Love me some T-Law.
Hey, Crispy said always taking advantage of my baby girl.
Hey, no one's taking advantage of her.
Yeah, no one's taking advantage of her.
Hey, husband, well, I got Sam Darnold for you.
First off, Sam Darnold is going to start somewhere.
Second off,
it wouldn't be
you don't even believe that.
I don't think I'm the only one that believes it.
Yeah, it's sad. Oh, I'll be back.
Only going off of history. I mean, that's all, you know.
Yeah, that's funny.
It
repeat itself.
And let me see. So I need a QB. So if 24. Well, I'd rather. I mean, okay. I want to throw out. Okay, so what would I need to do, Chaotic, in addition to the 2024 first? What would I need to do in addition to that? Because definitely throw in the first. Would it be another player? Would it be another pick? What would because I only have one 2024 first. This was haven't made 80 trades in this one yet, so I don't have any extra draft picks. Dang it. All right, Chaotic said I gotta look at your team. And I can't now. All right, well, I'm gonna send you the trade right now, the first for CMC, and then that'll just make it easier where you can look at the team. And you know what? I'd almost be interested in Aaron Jones if he's a little bit cheaper as well. You know what? We'll talk, Chaotic, because I might be interested in Aaron Jones if he's a little bit cheaper, and then you do get to and then you get to keep CMC. And this is Chaotic. I'm headed into the 7th gate of hell, which is Costco. Dang it! What was that on? That was on Liar Liar, right? When how you doing, Fletcher? I've just entered the 7th gate of hell. Thank you. Oh man, yeah, Costco. I just really don't want to go. I love going to Costco, and I don't like going to Costco at the same time. Chaotic said that she's headed into the 7th gate of hell, which is Costco.
I love Costco.
Yeah, but I mean, do you really like going there though? In the experience?
No, it's always like a mission. Like, okay, get in, get out. You know, we got a routine. We have a pathway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We do.
You know the layout of the store. So we walk in, we go straight to this, then to the meat, then to the thing, curve around, get the diapers and the wipes, come around the side over here, get to the snacks. You know what I mean? Like,
look at that. Chaotic said they have the best hot dogs though. You can take me on a date for $250.
Oh my God! Winner. Bro,
it's crazy because
they used to have the Polish dogs there. They stopped selling those. That's the hot wings.
Yeah,
you can still buy them there. They just don't have them where you can order them made. You know what I mean?
Right, and like the thing is, like,
so good, the hot links, and I'm still a fan of the hot dog, but the hot links were just
whoever owns Costco, like they keep trying to increase the hot dog, but like he said, like that's never
used to be $1.25 back in the day.
I don't know. I mean, I remember it always being $1.50, like for the longest time.
Well, I mean, I'm talking like I'm going all the way back, like so the fact that they're at like
he said he's never gonna raise it. And the frozen yogurt. Crispy said he's on his way.
Hey, listen, we're about to eat all the hot dogs.
All right, sounds good, Chaotic. Have fun at Costco.
Peace out, Kay. And don't be ashamed to go back in that line for the same sample. I do it.
Yeah, like why not? Just walk through around or something, walk back.
Yeah, I just won't cut from nobody.
Yeah.
I'll circle back around. She'll be like, oh, 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, I'll be back. You know what I mean? They'll be just popping it in. What you got over there? Oh, we got these little dumplings. And then you try one, right? And you know how many times that fucks me up? They'll be like, that's good. Yeah, we got a whole bag of it right here. Yeah, let me get that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go home with a whole bag of it. A bag that'll last me 8 months.
I mean, Costco is just some of the best dope dealers around, man. I mean, that's really what you got to do.
It really is, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I bought an Adidas tracksuit over there one time. I was like, what? This shit is flying.
Yeah.
I mean, they're dope dealers, right?
Yeah. I mean, shit. Like, and they got the discounts. You just got to buy in bulk, right?
You know, when I was going on a TV mission, when we got this crib, you know what I'm saying? I explored the Costco option because Costco be having some deals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still ended up finding better deals elsewhere, but you know what I mean? But also because they didn't have the one.
Costco doesn't need to give you like the super ultra like best deals, but I think it's because they always have. It's like the creme de la creme TVs.
Yeah,
you know, they don't have they don't have any of the cheaper.
No, they don't give you too many options.
No,
it's all just the newest, latest, and greatest.
Yeah,
but then that's also what's cool though, because when you go there, you can get the last year's latest and greatest that's still on hand for cheaper. You know what I mean?
Crispy is funny. He said, shit, I ran her off. He said, I guess I lost my moves at the old age. You were just too slow. She ran into Costco. You needed to be there with her to, get right there.
Hey, she's a real one, huh? She's like, listen, I'm a cheap date. And the Costco hot dogs go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? They just make them perfect. Like, how do they do it? They just steam it. Like, what are they doing here?
I have no idea. But yeah, that's definitely the cheapest, like one of the cheapest places I could go to get satisfied. Fucking pause. Yeah,
maybe a pause isn't necessary.
Slice of pizza, a hot dog, and like the ice cream. Get like.
Hey, here and there, my girl will get a chicken bake. She want to split a chicken bake. Hell yeah.
They don't even have those over here anymore.
They don't.
No,
you know what's crazy? They stopped giving the combination pizza as an option for like the last 10 years. You remember back in the day, they used to have a combination.
Yeah, and you know what? I guess I've never looked at it because I never get it. It's always just
they only give you cheese or pepperoni now. You could buy the combination, like you can buy it in the area where they have the pizzas made,
right? Like frozen pizzas and shit. Yeah,
you just bake it. It's not even frozen. It's just like in the chilled. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like they're made to like buy and you bake it right away, type of shit. Yeah. They got some good shit over there. Even like their bulgogi and like their fucking. Do you fuck with tuna? What's that shit called?
Not really.
What do they call that shit in Hawaii?
The asubi?
No. Poke. There you go. They call it poke. Yeah, you could buy this shit to make poke over there. You know what I mean? Like the raw salmon. I fuck with that shit. It's really good to me.
Yeah. I don't like a lot of fish. And I guess it's just one of those things.
Are you a salmon guy?
I mean, I'll fuck with salmon. Yeah,
because salmon's still at the end of the day, it's still a fishy fish, like tasting wise. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like that's probably the most extreme people like you normally go with like the fishy fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean it's lack of probably lack of knowledge and lack of experience for sure. Because like
you gotta have somebody that puts you on it, right? You feel me? Like, hey, get this right here, this fire. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is with me. I'm not really. I'm
Rubio
gonna
fish
venture.
tacos is a big extent of like
But
how far the
the
fish
fish
goes.
they use is different though. Is okay in SoCal they have the ones like the street fish tacos like style where they throw it in the batter and they deep fry it and they put it with the cabbage and that orange sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God. I will like spend all the money I have standing there. And then when I run out of money, I will rob that guy to make me more. I fucking will kill for those tacos.
Those tacos are fucking good.
They're fucking fire, bro. Like when I used to go to TJ's all the time, there was one guy and you had to find this motherfucker because he'd be in different spots. But he did the fish tacos and shit. You know what I mean? And like, you know, you get the bacon wrap hot dogs everywhere, tacos everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just on the street. Them bacon wrap hot dogs go crazy too, bro. You feel me?
Like, we be fucking with the tacos El Gordo back in the day. And because man, you $3 for $1 tacos. Like, man, like you're $5. Give me $5. You know, like man, you're just so
$3 for $1. And
$3 for $1 for the street tacos.
That's what's crazy. Yeah. I remember
here, like the tacos El Gordo here now, because they have one here in Vegas. They have multiple, and it's just still fire. But it's like, you know, like $3.50 a taco. You know,
I was for the 10 now. I mean, you go across that border, that money exchange.
Well, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been down there, but even if it's $1 for $1, you know, or something like that, $2 for $1.
You know what it is too? It just costs
$3
more
for $1. We were balling out, like spending $5.
I mean, it's cheap meat down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Getting a whole tray of tacos for like $20, like a huge table platter worth.
Just make sure you get a bottle of water.
Oh yeah, you can't. Do not drink the fountain drinks. I mean, I would always get. I mean, they got the Coke. You know,
they got the good sodas.
Yeah,
in the bottles even. You know, the glass bottles.
Yeah, you just got to get the bottle. Do not drink. You know, any kind of anything that they would give.
With ice in it.
Yeah,
don't drink their water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even like my man's right. He loves some strawberry smoothies, bro. And like, you know, like this is like King Strawberryville, bro.
Right. Hell yeah.
Like he was all fucked up and he couldn't figure out. I go, bro, you were eating on them strawberry smoothies, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Cause you know what I'm saying? Like we were out in SoCal for like a week.
Yeah.
And we were going like 3-4 days out of the week. You know what I'm saying? To across the border and shit. And he was fucked up for half the week. Just shitting everywhere. And even to the point where he's like, I'm gonna stay back, y'all. Like I don't want to have to like find a restroom in TJ's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't want to take a shit in those restrooms, man.
No.
you open the door, you open the stall in the restroom, but you'll see a giant sized roach in there. Reading the newspaper. Close that door, motherfucker. Close that door, Winnie.
Oh man, yeah. That is for sure.
Yeah, we was in Mysteries. I remember I was taking a piss in the bathroom, and you know, it's like just that big ass trough.
Yeah.
Then, like some stalls, but there was a guy in there shitting, and we're like, damn, bro. Like, you're a fucking brave.
Yeah.
Because he was just like sitting on the toilet, and he had, you know, even you gotta make sure you hold your pants up because it's just like pee everywhere on the floor. It was that shit was
You
wild.
gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go, man.
But man.
He probably had too many of them whistleblowers come up to him up.
Yeah.
They start blowing the whistle and they put all the bottles in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, he has the squirts.
Man, and that's crazy how they get you. I think they get everybody the first time. You don't know you're gonna have to pay, right?
Then they're like, "Where's the tip? $10."
Well, no, whatever. Yeah, like, well, I mean, every that's like one shot, right? Like every time they do that, that's like a shot. So you know, you get up to 5, 6. I mean, you got to pay for those 5, 6 shots, whatever it was.
Wow. Damn, I don't remember paying for that shit, but I also remember passing on that shit. So that's probably why.
Yeah, I never. The first time they got me. After that, no.
And they probably always go to the bigger dudes, though. You know what I mean? Look at this big guy right here. He's about to chug all the.
I mean, look at anybody who's about to open their mouth because they're there to sell all that bottle by the shot
and spread hepatitis A through Z.
Well, you would never be drinking out of like the actual thing. It's a waterfall, but
still though, I'm OCD. I didn't allow that. I'll pass on the 6 bottles in your hand, right? They be on like 6 bottles.
Yeah.
They basically make a mixed drink in your mouth. Like,
yeah. All bad. Getting you really fucked up.
That shit's funny. But it's so live. And then I remember I was there one time when one of those towers fell.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because there's people like hella rocking the tower, and then there's people on the bottom just rocking it as well. And that thing is just going, bruh. I think they're all bolted to the ground. Maybe not that one, because yeah, they were shaking that thing until that motherfucker blew up and it hits the wall. You know what I mean? And everyone's going crazy though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. It's just no
Mexico,
reason to get crazy other than being fucking drunk as fuck too.
You remember those little towers in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those little towers, motherfuckers that you climb on it and they're over there twerking and shit.
It's fucking wild.
That shit was wild, bro.
I mean, we used to go down there fucking like, I mean, easily like Friday, Saturday. I mean, we wouldn't really go Sunday, but it was like Friday, Saturday. I know there were stretches where we went every Friday and Saturday for the whole month and, you know, shit like that.
That was like the thing to do, right? Like, I mean,
yeah.
Peacock, a lot of his childhood stories was like, you know, there'd be 15, like, hey, let's go to Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, shit, when you're fucking 18 and 19, like, what are you going to do? Like,
go to the club. We were coming down from the Yay.
Yeah.
All the way down to SD because the homie lived out there. We had multiple homies that lived out there. One was in the military at this point, and the other one, my boy Brian, that just lived out there. So, like, we would go out there and then go to Mexico. You know what I mean?
And for us, literally, from wherever we would take off, it would take 15 minutes to get down there and park, and we'd park on the America side.
And then you ride the train.
$20 parking for the night. And then you literally just walk across. Like, you walk like 2
Oh, you wouldn't even jump on that little red train?
No. Instead, we just drive like down there. I mean, shit, we're gonna be there till like 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you know, like
yeah.
And but yeah, we would not take the trolley down there because fuck that. Like, there's way too much hassle getting back and too many drunk people and shit. So no, you go down to the
I rode a trolley there before, and then my boy said the same thing. We're gonna walk back across.
Yeah, there's
and that walk was crazy though, because it was like, it's just insane the culture of panhandling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we
like just walking through. Everybody's trying to hustle some type of bread out of you, man.
Yeah,
like a little kid come up to me, he's just juggling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Okay, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's just juggling. He hella dope too. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I gotta give him. I look at my pocket, shit, I only got 20. You know what I mean? He's really dope. I walk away. I'm like, I would have gave him $1. He was killing the shit.
Yeah.
Or like you're just walking on a sidewalk and there'll be people, they just got like a blanket out and they're selling all kind of trinkets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And pretty much, I mean, we would be, so it takes us 15 minutes to get down to the parking lot. From there, it's like maybe like 2 blocks before you start walking through like all the shit to actually get there. So maybe it's like a 10 to 15 minute like total walk before you're on the side of Mexico and you can get in a taxi because they got the taxi.
And then because there's a gang of them right there too.
I mean, it's like the taxi spot is like literally
they be chilling right there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
$5, $5 or $6
anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere you need.
Unless you're going to like Rosaritos, it'd be like 20 and shit.
Oh yeah, not that. I mean, we would just be standing TJ, going to Mysteries, or what was the other one? There
Papas and Beers.
Yeah.
Senior Frogs.
Yeah. Damn.
Like, I mean, I don't know if these ones still exist. These are the ones I remember.
Yeah, I mean, because this is
and then just countless in Hong Kong, obviously, but then countless strip clubs too, like just everywhere. There's just like, they're all whorehouses basically. When the homies want to go in there, I just stand up. Like, I'm not sitting on them, I'm not touching nothing. Like, those places are so disgusting to me. Hong Kong is different.
And
it was just lit.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're pretty much like strip clubs where anything can go down. And clubs where strippers are at. How about that? Because it was still like, I mean, it was still like a whole vibe of like the music and drinks.
It's a club.
Yeah. And but yeah, and then shit, wherever, like literally we'd be wherever within like 40 minutes or so from when we started this mission to at the club already drinking.
Yeah. And for the low.
Yeah, because a lot of times you're getting a wristband for like $20.
Yeah.
I mean, the drinks are like hella watered down, but
it's well drinks. Well drinks is what they would call it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then see, at the same time too, when we got a little like, well, you know what I'm saying, when we get a little older, you know, we still weren't 21, but I remember going down there and like I'd be like getting a Louis. That was when I was in the Louis. And like you get a Louis the 13 shot for like $30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because what is it here? Like 70 or
150.
150, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I might have even been like paying like 50 spots, but it was just like just to see what it do. Because I never had it before.
It's so fucking expensive.
So we had it. They're like, oh shit, okay. And then it became an argument. Like my guy that I was with, he's like, let me see the bottle. He's like, this is not real Louis. Like he's like, well, what the fuck do you know about real Louis, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You know, man, this is not 13 years age, bro. I'm like, they're all like 50 plus years age at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're all, you know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Yeah. Stupid. Markets are different. I'm trying to ruin my Louis the 13th experience. But it ain't even real Louis, bro. He's ripping us off, bro. I mean, he opened the bottle in front of us. You know
and who knows? Maybe it is better, right? I mean, the Coke is better down there. The Coca-Cola, you know, way better sugar, and you know the real shit.
It's funny because I was about to say, well, I mean, you weren't necessarily wrong.
Not a preference.
Heyo.
Oh man,
that's just funny. But yeah, and then 21 years old, I never go back to Mexico again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no reason to.
I was just like, yeah, I'm in LA like a motherfucker though. San Diego like a motherfucker. Like, bro, Gaslamp was awesome. Did you guys used to party in the Gaslamp district?
Not a lot, except the year that I lived there. I lived there for a whole year.
Oh, word. Did you have like an apartment? Like, did you have one of them? Did you live downtown? Like, where were you at?
Yeah, we were downtown in the lofts, and we were on 7th Street, and it was.
So you were up there.
Yeah, because we had the place where we lived at. It was like it's all like the studio lofts, but there's like one or two like 2-room like floor like per floor. So we were in like one of the 2 rooms. We had like one of the bigger ones like there. And yeah, we lived on 7th, and everything really goes down on like 5th.
Okay, you know where the Hilton is?
Yeah.
Then right across the street from the Hilton, right? There's like a liquor store, but it's like a store. And Filipinos own it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that store is at the bottom of. It's at the bottom of a building. I don't know what that building is, but they had like so you can go in there. There's a deli, but there's a short order cook too.
Right.
And like, bro, they just like I would go there I was there for a week, and I'd go there for breakfast, bro, because they just make whatever you want. You know what I mean? So fire, bro. And then they had like a wall of sunglasses, like the high end knockoffs. You know what I mean? So I just remember I was like, man, I'm about to buy a gang of these Louis right here, because at the time I was always into sunglasses, but I came to a point where I was like, hey, I don't like buying expensive because I fuck my shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I fuck sunglasses up. I fuck everything up. I don't give a
I always, and actually I used to lose them. I don't lose them anymore, but like I would always leave them behind, and I just started putting them on the back of my head. Like I lost too many pairs.
Well, you're from San Diego. That's what y'all do. For those that don't know, San Diegoans, they rock the joints on the back of their dome.
Because I'm not putting that shit like down anywhere. I'm just gonna lose it. Like that's
or even on the shirt. Like, you know what I mean?
I put it on the chain. I mean, that's another thing, like just throwing it on the chain where you don't lose it.
Yeah, for me, it's always just like, you know what I'm saying? I would just drop them like wearing them. Because, you know, you would wear them on the back of your head. I would wear them on the top of my forehead or like on my head, on my cards or some shit. Or
yeah.
And I always just drop my shit, bro. Like, I'm like, because, you know what I mean? Like, I used to buy expensive shit, bro. Gucci, fucking Armani, you know what I mean? Like, I would always do dumbass shit. I remember I had these Armanis. I was like, yeah, I'm bringing it back. It was the fucking, you know, the Notorious B.I.G. joints, bro.
Yeah.
Hard, bro. I don't even know what happened to those, bro. Those joints were like 800 because they had the gold on the sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, like I'd be wearing like I got the Louis Vuittons, the one with like the all white with like you know the gold piece like on top. And yeah, like man, I would not put those down anywhere. Like it'd be on the back. Of the
you know what's sad too is like I bust the expensive joints up for like, you know, certain occasions. Like, and sometimes it's usually like funerals or weddings. You know what I mean? That's when you bust out the expensive ones. You know what I mean?
I have two. I had one of the Louis I don't have anymore, but I had 2 Louis pairs of glasses, and I bought both to get ready for the fantasy drafts.
Nice. Look at that. I mean, shit, we're married to the game.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I had to make sure it was studying. Got some fly glasses for the draft. About to be shitting on you, motherfuckers.
Okay, those are funny. I don't like those words.
That was back when it'd be Chipokawaka and Zoo Crew all coming to wherever the draft was, because pretty much the draft would always be at wherever the hell I was living, like at the time. But like we had the downtown loft draft, that happened one of those years. That was the one that people liked because it was hella dope. We had a real dope spot, dope view, and we're right in downtown, but like there was
you could fall out in the downtown after.
Parking was a bitch though for that one.
Oh, for sure.
That was the one where I was like, man, you guys better show up like an hour early before we start this shit, but like we'll be smoking, we'll be chilling, like until then.
I mean, shit, bro. That's when it was dope when Uber started coming around. When Uber was a thing.
Yeah.
Even before that, bro, I've lost homies to drunk driving. So like, we always used to ride taxis for real back in the day. Also, too, like if you're carrying like a shitload, to be honest, too, if you're carrying a shitload of work, bro, that's like the best way to move anyway. You used to hop in a taxi, you just
I never rode in a taxi in the US. Like
ever?
TJ was different. No, like just never. Like it was crazy until
taxis are not cheap. But yeah, but like then once Uber became a thing and Lyft, it was like, bro, we're what I mean? Like we weren't even walking from spot to spot anymore, type of shit.
Yeah, just cost you a couple bucks to go to the next spot. Why not, right?
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. Shout out to
I remember one time when I lived downtown, this motherfucker hopped into my car thinking that he was the Uber. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Get the fuck out of my car, bro. See, what's funny about that is nobody's getting like that because we always have the doors locked. Like we're like OCD like that.
Yeah.
Like we don't wait for you until you hit 10 miles an hour, then it locks.
Well, I had it open because we were picking someone up there. Like that's why I was waiting at that exact spot. But I had the black Beamer with the 20-inch rims, and he thought that was his Uber.
He thought it was his Uber XL. He was like, he got the banger in his face right when he hopped in the car. Oh, my car! Yeah, motherfucker, get out of my car! Fuck. That shit he would have got the blick in his face. Fuck that shit. PTSD. Anyways, fucking I heard a gas lamp when it was my sister's wedding. So after the wedding, she's like, wherever all the hotels are downtown, we're all staying at the Hilton, like most of us. And she's like, we got the bus, we're going out. She's like, when else am I gonna ever wear this dress? You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're all out
like
there,
the Hilton, like party bus, or
I don't know, whatever bus that she had, like because the wedding was like somewhere. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like like the wedding itself, and then the reception was back at fucking some other place. Then everyone hopped on the buses back to the Hilton, right?
Yeah.
We still had the buses. They're finna take us around like wherever we want to go. But we only had them for like 45 minutes or whatever it was. So we just had to decide where we're going to bring us. Yeah. And then we'll take it from there, right?
Yeah.
So like, but what I'm saying? Everywhere we went, bro, because we're a wedding party and my sister's in her dress and my brother-in-law's in his tux, like just letting us in everything. And then giving us bottle, giving us champagne, giving us the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they know it's a big party. You guys are about to like spend some money. And
shit. Hell yeah. And then we're in there for like 20, like, this place is bunk. Let's go to the next spot. And I was just leaving on the champagne. Like they gave it to us. And it says nothing. And so now we're outside. We go to the next spot. Same thing, bro. Give us champagne, give us a shot.
And especially they're probably, what is it that they're giving away? Probably a $15, $20 bottle of champagne.
But you know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying for them, that's smart, right? Like give a bottle of champagne,
Yeah, get them drinking. Yeah. Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah.
And then we're by like one of the places did give us a round of shots. It was like 30 of us.
That's a lot, yeah.
So that was dope. You know what I mean?
And did you guys actually buy anything there?
Well, because then at one point we all started splitting up, right?
Okay.
Because I remember, and I remember distinctly because my girl, she's like fucked up with her heels on. So and I'm so drunk, I'm like, man, just wear my shoes. Downtown in just socks. You know what I mean? And then and this is short lived. I'm like, man, screw that. Hey, bro, on the bike with the thing, You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
With the speaker on it, and he has the bike with the fucking the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? And then boom, now we're just mobbing, bruh.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Like, and he was like, oh, you're from the Bay Area? And he started playing like E40 shit. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
I was just tipping him. And then and then I saw my gay cousin, right? Shout out to my gay cousin, Mike. He's one of my favorite cousins, bruh. He's just out there wilding. Hey, Mike, hop in here, bruh. And then Mike hops in, right? And the dude's like, now we're going like up a hill. Because, you know, there's like some streets that got kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're going up the hill, and the dude's like really working it, right? And my cousin Mike, right? He's like, when we get to the top, I'm going to kick you guys out, and I'm taking it from here. And he was like tipping the dude, and he kept poking the dude in the ass with like rolled up money. I was like, my cousin's a fool, bro.
Yeah.
The dude he played on the same team as dude though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So the dude was like, Mike, he's like, I'm kicking y'all out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was funny, bro. And yeah, you know what I mean? That shit was lit though. And every time we returned to gas, I did a show. I just like a string of shows out there back in the days. I remember we rang in the New Year. 2010. We did a show out there. Damn, what was the name of the bar? It was like it was a punk rock bar because I was rocking with this band. You know what I'm saying? Me and my guy Rome. We were rappers and shit, obviously, but like when we did shows with them, because they had a band, it was called Melvoy Mouth Rock, right? Okay. And they actually got like a major deal at one point. Like these guys were two of the three of the band members were from Northern Cali, and the main guy was from Diego. Okay. And he was a Spanish dude. You know what I'm saying? So like his music was like English Spanish, bro. And like the white bitches would go crazy, bro. And like there were like some eyeliner wearing, like, you know, super skinny jeans wearing motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. But they got loaded too, you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? But anyways, they would cover our songs when we did shows with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you know, we had a set, like a 9-minute set with them, and instead of like having the DJ play our beat while we rap over it, Dave covered it as a band. You know what I mean? Right. Really fucking tight. And the one big show I can remember I did with them was it was a Halloween show, and they came out in diapers. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I was wearing you know, the Michael Myers jumpsuit. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I was wearing one of those, you know what I'm saying? With dummy ass chains on and shit. But that shit was hard because they came in like regular motherfucking punk rockers, right? Uh-huh. And like, you know, and it's a club gig. But you know, like 30 minutes before we're getting on, they're on the side tuning their shit. You know what I mean? Because that's what, you know, right? Yeah. And then you know what I'm saying? They dip out to the bathroom. We're about to go on. I'm like, yo, where they at, bro? And they come out in some diapers, bro. I'm like, yes. Fuck yeah, rock stars, bro. Savages. Yeah, and security was giving them shit too. That's probably why they didn't, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're giving them shit, but like, bro, we're about to rock, bro. Like, listen, bro, they'll be out of here after this, bro. I was like, I was telling security, like, listen, relax, bro. They can't be in here like that. Like, bro, what is Halloween, bro? Look at these hoes. There's hoes in there in panties and shit. They're talking about these dudes, these grown dudes can't be in diapers and shit. That shit was hard, man. Oh man, straight fucking savages. Like that's what. I mean, shit. No, the best is the guitarist, right? He was the one that used to get loaded with us the most. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Yeah, I peed in the diaper." I was like, "Yeah, I bet you did, man." Oh man, we in there taking a shot, and then, you know, even after the show, they just kicked it in there. I mean, for the most part, they were like, you know, deassembling all their shit anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're doing it in diapers. Yeah. Yeah. And that shit was lit, bro. That was like probably one of my favorite shows, bro, because I like the smaller venues, probably like 150 people in there. Okay. All ass venue. And like when we're rocking with a band, you know what I mean? Like rocking with a band is sick, bro. It's different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one thing I would always tell them too, I'd be like, because sometimes you have a club venue, and if we were a part of the venue, we would have little like perks. So I could be like, like drink specials, 11 to 12, or like,
okay.
And every time we rap, it'd be like, what I mean, the $5 drink specials. You know what I mean, when we're on. So then the bar would be going crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because at the same time,
make the bread, meet the bar minimum. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Bread off this shit.
Because do you guys get paid anything off of that, or like how does it work with those kind of shows?
On the shows that I was part of throwing it, fuck yeah, bro. You know what I mean? You're making money off the door, then you make money off the overhead from the bar. They give you a bar minimum. So you 9 times out of 10, you just pay that up front. And if you pay it up front, they'll give it to you for cheaper. So it'd be like, hey, you got a $5,000 bar minimum. If I give you $3,500 right now cash, be like, all right, that's good. Now everything over that, you know what I mean? You're straight. You feel me? Like that's you.
Yeah.
And sometimes we would do that, but a lot of times I wouldn't. If I know it's about to be jumping, I'd be like, fuck that. I ain't putting no money. I'm just gonna make money off this shit. Because what if it didn't? You know what I mean? There was nights like that where it's like, okay, it might be a slow night. Let me, you know what I mean? Then you're like doing drink specials, and it's like, yeah, everyone now the drinks are going crazy, but it's the drink specials. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. When I used to throw venues, I'd have drink specials all night. Like when I was fresh 21, we used to drink Red Bull vodkas. That was the shit. So it'd be like, okay, you can get $5 Red Bull vodkas, but it's the well vodka. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
then those go crazy. And then $5 Jaeger bombs. Like everyone around me, that was their shit. I didn't really fuck with it.
I didn't fuck with Jaeger.
Me neither. But they love the fuck out of those Jaeger bombs, bro. And you do $5 Jaeger bomb, it goes crazy. You're making thousands of dollars just off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just keep them going. They would have them just poured out, ready to go, because those are the drink specials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just, you have to drop that thing in there, and yeah, and we used to always throw. We got some shit out here called the Britannia Arms. So it's a string of Irish pubs. It's a family. They have like 3 of them, and like we used to throw shows at these places because normally it's just free to go to these places, but they will let you throw a show and then charge at the door. Then they would have someone at their door that would recognize. They would have their guy at the door with us. So any of their regulars, they don't have to pay. Oh, he's good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's just, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you have to pay to get in this spot. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's because we're
really, it was like people who are coming for the show or whatever you guys are promoting.
Yeah, but the regular guys, the little booze hounds that were just there to drink, you know what I mean? Oh no, he's good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they come every day, yeah, they ain't having to pay to get in.
Who's would go there for dinner and shit? Because those when I used to throw, like those bars, we would throw showcases.
Okay.
It would start like at 7. You know what I mean? And we're going till whatever 1:30, whatever they you know what I mean? They close out.
Yeah. And
then I'd have like a dozen acts, and each act pays like $500, or they sell 50 tickets for 10, right?
Yeah.
So normally they just give the bread, you know what I mean? And then they just give the tickets out to bring their crowd. Yeah. And that's the thing too, because it was designed to have a capacity. You know what I mean? Okay. People weren't going to get. Not everyone's getting in, but it was designed like that to assure that we're gonna make money and pay for this bar minimum. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's start making money, and then a lot of times too, there might even be like the Jacka or somebody like notable. So it'd be like, okay, I'm paying him $1,000 to come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? Now, and instead of a dozen acts, I got like 6, but 2 of those acts is paying the Jack for me. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we used to do that shit all the fucking time. And the Jack was like the guy, man. You could just hit him up, like, hey, I'll come out. And he was dope because he'll come out and bring everybody, just whoever he's fucking with, you know what I mean, at the time.
Yeah.
So like every time he came out, he had the mob with him for real, you know what I mean? Like, just hella motherfuckers with him. You know, Drew Down, Sully Cell, just motherfuckers with him. And they'll rock with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll just do sets and shit. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I remember that Devin the Dude show that I went to where I was on stage, smoking with him. I got in with the promoter like before that.
To bring everything in, no problem.
Well, no, it wasn't even like with that. Like I was just like, because I had a bunch of people who wanted to like buy tickets and stuff, and I think they were like $25 or whatever was what it was, and he sold me however many for just like $10, and I was like, all right, cool, then I can make some money like off of this too, because I'm not charging what the club isn't charging. I just got it cheaper from him because those are like the free tickets or something, that he had.
Exactly.
Because yeah, like we didn't even need a ticket. Like I mean, I legit like was there with Devin and everything.
Yeah.
Like, we came like with him, like to there. So like, yeah, we didn't even need a ticket.
They're with me.
Yeah, we were just there, get the wristbands, and then we roll up to this was Fourth and what the hell is it called? Fourth and B, I think is the club where he was at. And of course, he's the headliner. And yeah, so we just roll up to the top. It's like the backstage or whatever is like on the second story, and like there was like windows or whatever where you could like see down, like windows where you could see down into the club, you know, like who's performing and shit like that. And it was just like a couple spots, and then outside of that, you couldn't really see anything. But yeah, they just had a couple tables set up, and it was me and Chupoka Waka and one other guy. We were just like the blunt rolling crew. Like Devin was like, "You see these guys right here? Don't fuck with these guys. Don't bump the table. Don't get around these motherfuckers."
You guys had a whole table there too?
It was 3 tables that we had set up that was just like our blunt rolling stations, because we were just rolling mad blunts, because we'd like
tight. I love Devin too.
We roll because like we would like roll up a blunt, you know, we'd be smoking it, you know, and then we pass it to Devin, and then he would just smoke it and pass it off, you know, to whoever. But I had it to where I had 3 boxes full of sweets, you know, like 15, like for the show itself. And then like we had like this fat Godzilla blunt that was like 1 ounce, like packed just in the one paper. And it was funny. Devin, like when we go out there, my homie gives Devin the big ass blunt, and he's like on the video that used to be there that I don't have anymore. He's just like looking at it and laughing and shit, and then like
because it's fucking so cartoonish.
It's as big as the microphone.
It's like, somebody give me a torch.
And well, it was already lit for him, but it was funny. So he passes it off. Like he's only taking blunts from like me and Chupoka Waka and the one other guy that I'm there with, because we're like, there's other people who are like the acts.
Yeah, for sure. Like they might even had some good treat, but he's just not gonna smoke what they're passing to him.
Yeah, he doesn't know what it is. So he even said it. He was like, "Yeah, I'll be coming over to you guys. You know, just have the blunts ready." And so there was random time. There was one part like, man, I wish I had this video, because like it was so cool. Like just watching it, like, man, it was just so fucking awesome. Like, it's the Do What You Want to Do song. Like the whole video is just like to that song, and it's him performing it. And it's like, you only get 1 ticket, you better try and enjoy the ride. But he like passes me, like he gives me the blunt, but I give him one right back, and he's just like, all right. And just like the way he does it is like perfect with like the way that the song's flowing. And man, I wish I had that fucking video. This is not on YouTube anymore.
Like, hey, I'm gonna keep it 100 too, because man, when it comes to like the weed, like if there was a rapper weed Olympics, like he's the guy in there. You know what I mean? Like he's like, you know, like he's from the Snoop elk. You know what I mean? Like
he was on the Chronic. Like he made the cameo on the Chronic.
He's a dude that like literally like moved out to Cali at one point just for the tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least just to he had a crib out here.
Yeah.
Something like that. Just so he could be out here to get his tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that was cool for a couple.
You know, he had a podcast for a while.
No.
I don't think I ever like went and seen it, like checked it out recently, but he had a couple dudes on there too. It was like real mink shit, like a desk, him.
Yeah.
Like a couch dude. You know what I mean? Oops.
It was like a 2-year span where whenever he came to San Diego, I was there. It was cool. Of course, it gets all messed up when things start getting in the mail. Is what
you should message him and be like, "Hey, I'm in Vegas these days." You know what I mean?
Yeah. It wasn't even. It was always his manager, his cousin, or whatever. Like that was always.
That was the bridge.
That was always the point of contact right there.
There you go.
Yeah. And he always called Devin number 1. He was like, number 1's going to be here, right? Because he's the top of the food chain.
I mean, that you know what's crazy is like, that's how it is when you a bunch of motherfuckers from nothing and somebody get up out and he take everybody. You have to protect that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is respect right there, bro. He's the number one. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one to take care of everybody. What he's doing is make sure everybody's good. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that's intact. It be fucking up these days, bro. These youngsters, because they get more money out of music these days.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? There's so much money in music these days. But what's crazy is that now they're like, they have more money to do their fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like how it was back in the days where fools, they grind hard, get money, get out of the streets, and they keep their nose clean to the best of their ability. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, and look at the generations now. A lot more rappers die because they go back home and shit. Or they, you know what I mean? They be online, showing where they're at all the time.
Yeah.
Now you got hella money. Ain't nobody. The worst thing is, too, is nobody shows you love in your hometown, like, except for your guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. People really, that's really how it is. You know what I'm saying? You blow up. Nobody want, you know what I mean? Nobody gets that crabs in a bucket mentality type of shit.
Yeah.
It's just universally known. That's how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I respect that. It's number one. You know what I mean? Protect the bag.
Yeah, it was funny. It was when I was working for my dad at the time, when he had a pool cleaning route. And I just remember I went to the Devin the Dude show, and I'm like the dude who was selling t-shirts. And it was one of those venues where you couldn't smoke. So it was bullshit. Like, I didn't even bring any weed in because I didn't want to get kicked out. And because we last show that we went to, we seen a bunch of people getting kicked out. So I don't know. There's just some stupid ass clubs that he would book at where you couldn't smoke. And but I was talking to the t-shirt guy, letting him know I had the rope. And he hit me up the next day, like right before they were about to like leave to go to like LA and get on the tour bus and shit. And wherever I was, he called me, and I was like, oh shit. And I like wherever I was, I just turned around and like went back to the freeway and was like going crazy trying to get back to my house to go get the tree and change clothes and then go down there. Made it in time. And yeah, got to smoke with them. They got some, and then next time they came, it was like they came to test me, kind of, if I could get whatever they needed at whatever time, and
yeah,
I was able to do it. And then it was the next time after that where he came to town for a show, and it was only him that came through. Like nobody in their crew at all like came through. It was him.
But now he had a guy though. He's like, I'm not by myself, man. Up my guy.
Yeah. And it was crazy. We go to the hotel where he's at, and it was me, Chipokawaka, my the other guy who we went to the concert with. There's 5 of us. We each rolled up 5 blunts each, and that was just like the first session to the day was putting all those in the air.
Nice.
And just listening to him tell a whole bunch of random stories and shit.
You know what really dope? There's just so many questions to be asked, right? Because it's like, I love like when you get to sit with someone who's like lived a life, you know what I mean? Like Ricky, he texted me, he's like, I can't make it today. That was yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, but I'm gonna come through for sure. And I'm like, yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah.
Any chance I get, I'm gonna ask more questions. Like I haven't even yet to ask him about Master P.
Yeah.
He's like, next time I could even said it last time. Next time I come back, he said, you can ask me all the Master P questions you want. Hell yeah. He was like, he's like, I got his number. Number me.
That'd be fucking dope if he just called Master P while you were in the room just to
look at this, right?
Just so you can hear what he sounds like on speakerphone or whatever, how he answers the phone. That'd be wild.
So when Ricky texted me, he actually texted me last night, right? He was like, hey, he's like, I'll hit you up Monday if you're free Monday. I'm like, yeah, cool. And then like I go check this out, because this is what I was doing when he hit me, right? I sent him a joint because I played him music when he was chilling here.
Yeah.
I sent him this one of the joints that he had like was feeling.
Uh-huh.
When I was like, I sent him the new mix.
Yeah.
Right? Like, check this out. I'm on the mushroom chocolates or the mushroom chocolate, the fucking those gummies. I'm feeling good, you know what I mean? And then he hits me back right away. Oh yeah, this is the one I was feeling. I'm like, right? And I almost was like, call Master P. Oh, let's remember. You know what? Oh, wait. If it happens, it happens.
That'd be fucking tight.
I fucking love Master P, bro.
Tell P about me.
Just be like this kid, bro.
Logie, when you're recording somewhere in the No Limit studio, I better be somewhere.
Bro, I'm like a big
that would be
ass
fucking so dope.
You know what's so funny? It's like when I sent the video of me and Ricky to my man Ryan, right? Shout out to my man Ryan. He's the second longest friend I've had.
Okay.
But Ryan, when we, I've known him since second grade, and it's crazy because he's one of the only people in my upbringing where his older sibling, he had an older sibling that knew mine, because my dad kicked my sister out of the house like at 16 when she was 16.
Shit. And
then she moved to Sac, and she actually and then eventually to Elk Grove, right? So it's kind of crazy that she eventually moved back to Elk Grove, and that's why we're all here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways, his brother used to kick it with my sister, like they were in the same gang type of shit. You know what I mean? And it was their gang that got on some shit why my dad even kicked my sister out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But anyways, so fucking my man Ryan, when we were like fifth grade and like into junior high, we're already fucking with like music type of shit. Like we all like music, and the homies is a DJ, and everyone like break dancer or something, right? Everyone's trying to do something. You know what I mean? We're all young. Yeah. And he loved Bad Boy, bro. Bad Boy's the shit, bro. And he would always clown me because I fuck with Master P. I love No Limit shit, like as a kid. Yeah. When you're a kid, bro, and then also because Master P, before he blew up, I was already on him. Right. Out here in the Bay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's this guy, Master P, hella hard. You know what I mean? He's rapping Richmond. Then he blows up. He's like, oh, he's from New Orleans. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he was like, now that I go back and listen to some of the older shit, he was repping, like, like where he was from, Third Ward. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I mean? Like, but getting the game from the Bay, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then, it's funny because there was this chick I was with, which was his god sister, my man Ryan's god sister. Her name was Lisa Raymunda, right? It's crazy because she actually blew up, bro. She was early on in Facebook. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, so she's out of here, bro. You know what I mean? Like bazillionaire, because she's hella stocks, and then you know what I mean. They were all millionaires when it went public. Yeah, you know, but then and then she sold all of her stocks. She's balling out of control. Anyways, that was his god sister, and I was with her at the time. It was like junior high shit. And after she knew I love Master P so much, and he had a doll. You remember that? The Master P doll, and she got me the doll as like a joke. And I was so happy to get the doll. Like, I got the Master P doll, bro. What? Collector's item, bro. Had it in the box and shit, man.
You still have it?
Nah, hell nah. Sold it, actually.
Okay. Tight.
eBay shit.
Tight.
Yeah, somebody bought off me for $50. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like a $15 thing.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, she gave it to me, you know what I mean? But that's how Master P was, though. He was a marketing genius. Like, bro, I'm selling everything, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he got Rap Snacks. That's his shit. And then, like Snoop Loops. Yeah. Yeah, that's through Master P.
Products over people. That's what he said now. He was like, man, why am I gonna, just rely everything on any kind of like artist when, shit changes from year to year.
Because he was the artist too, though.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, all his
products don't talk back, right? Yeah. That's one of the biggest reasons he fucks with products now.
Look at some of his biggest artists on No Limit, right? It was like Mia X, right? Silk the Shocker, but then there was Mystical. And then Mystical, he really blew up out life after No Limit. He went with Pharrell. Yeah. And then they had a lot of success with Snoop when they brought over Snoop. But no one really surpassed Master P. It's not like Jay-Z had a Kanye. You know what I mean? Hey, Drake got a label, but nobody can say an artist on Drake's label.
And not too many people it's not like Dr. Dre, Eminem, and 50 Cent lineage comes around too often.
Yeah, because that was a different beast. because Dr. Dre was Master P was the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dr. Dre was always the producer that had the artist. Like, you know, the Chronic was written by DOC and Snoop, and you know what I mean. And then, like, you know, he gets to the Chronic, and Eminem is writing on there. Jay-Z's writing on the Chronic 2001. I mean, so Eminem wrote on there. Jay wrote on there. Mailman, remember that was an artist.
Yeah.
Interscope. He didn't really. I mean, he was on some tracks, but he wrote a lot for Dre. You know what I mean? You know, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's when you're an artist. Like P took it straight to a business.
Yeah,
he went and like got hella artists.
Right.
Like now he has hella products. Before that, it was hella artists.
Right.
Like,
and still hella artists, right? Like that part of it never stopped, right?
I mean, shit, bro. That shit, they was just how artists just dropping left and right. One thing I didn't like about P is like he would try to have sound-alikes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, there's what's a good example? Okay, there's a rapper popping. He's a fast rapper. You know what I mean? Okay, I need it
fast.
Yeah. When Cash Money started coming up.
Okay.
And now he's ready. He got to rap about stunting now. Before they used to be like fuck these uptown stunners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Robbing them. Now it's like we stunting. You know what I mean? Like and I like that shit as a kid. Like, fuck that shit. But by the time I was in high school, I didn't fuck with like any of the down south shit like that. Cause now it was like I'm just immersed in like the Bay Area. It's so rich with different music coming out of the Bay. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That like even like when I got into high school, and then like other cats that I was fucking with, they would like put me on to other shit. You know, like from years prior.
Yeah.
Like I was never on like Far Side or any of these other like West, you know, Far Side's like basically like the West Coast, like Tribe Called Quest, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Passing Me By, you ever heard that song?
I don't think so.
Watch, look it up. Far Side, Passing Me By. When you hear it, you've heard it. Classic. Passing Me By. I'm about to roll up for this one. This one. I'm gonna bust out the bag. Bust out the new bag of the fun. Yeah.
For sure. This is the one in Big Daddy.
Exactly, because the motherfuckers was knowing.
Yeah. And the whole movie, they're from New York, or where are they from?
Okay, see, you might need to fact check me on that. I always thought Far Side was from LA.
Okay.
But this is the only song I know of Far Side too. You know what I mean?
Makes and loves this song.
The class was dismissed.
Oh, and we got a 420 Crew playlist on YouTube now.
Yeah, throw that on there.
Where's the link? Yeah, make sure you follow our playlist. 4 songs.
I was on her jock yesterday. I wrote graffiti on the bus.
So we got some Mac Dre on there. We're gonna put some Revolution. We got some Harrington Levy. And we're trying to figure out more songs that we can put on there as well. We can't put everything. But if there's any suggestions, DM them. And really, if there's any suggestions, we can try playing them on the stream. And then I'll let you know.
When I dream of fairy tales, I think of me and Shelly. She's my type of hype.
I'm gonna send you hella shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I just be jamming out in general.
Yeah, because the best way is we play them on live, and then we'll be able to. I mean, there'll be a lot that we can put on here. We can make
Oh,
it
you mean like we play them live? Because then when we get flagged, it'll give us like a list.
Well, we find out if we get flagged or if it's like revenue sharing. Because we can still put songs on there as long as it won't block the screen. Because we can get almost anything we want and put it on the channel also. put it on the plate.
Here's my part.
And we got the 420 crew logos on there. You'll put on the back page, right? And we already have a bunch of people, like random people, like watching the videos. Yeah, I uploaded 1, 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of this one joint. I don't know what it's called, but damn, it's the Cutthroat Committee. Hey, you gotta get some Cutthroat Committee shit on there.
Yeah, the first album or the second one, we could just kind of go through some tracks.
Yeah, go to the first one.
Cutthroat Committee.
There's because you could probably put these. Oh, you probably be able to put the whole album on the list, huh?
Maybe.
Like these type of level joints. Okay, go to the next joint, or read the track listing for me.
Sleep Gang.
Keep going.
It's nothing.
That one's dope, but keep going.
Yeah. I don't want.
No, keep going.
No, won't. When we roll.
No.
This is just the Cutthroat Committee. You can call my cousin Betty back.
I'm trying to find this one as the old school Big Mac. Fuck the Whopper. It's all hypey like my type be like. Keep going.
Probably not this one, right?
Yeah, because this one's what? I think this one's 2001. This album, 2000.
2001.
Yeah. Okay, which one is it?
Punk rock.
No. Yeah, that's not the one. It's not on this album for sure.
It's not on this album.
It's not on the second one either.
Greedy for the green.
Here, I'll be right back. I'm gonna find it. I know I have it in my mind.
Well, we're gonna let this one play. And I swear.
Bounce, foot, double dust. No squares in the club with us. Only bad hoes rub with us. Butt naked in the tub with us. Jealous ass hoe niggas won't club with us. I keep a cannon and I love the buck. We can jam or we can nug it up. I only came here to bug and fuck. Drink some liquor through my drugs cut. Trap nigga, keep talking, I'ma fuck you up. Go out my way to keep the playboy. I ain't the one that try to hella like a play toy. Say boy, please find you a bitch to bump. I'm getting purred trying to find something thick. Fly the bird for my kicks on up. You got my word, it was all on up. Play up on the iceberg till the princess cut. When I splurge, niggas curves start tensing up. More bitching up.
3, 5, 4, 10. I smell squares in the air. Who goes there? Oh boy, we anti-swear. 3, 5, 4, 10. I smell squares in the air. Who goes there?
Cutthroat.
I keep coughing like I'm choking on pepper. High as a motherfucking smoke detector. Drop bars, rock star like Def Leppard. But a pimp making records. I'm Trey Hefner. That's right, I left her. She was weedless, and when she did have it, it wasn't seedless. Throw your hands up, Johannesburg. Me no smoke ganja, me smoke herb. Pay me now, pay me later. I'm in her aviator, eating on some now later, smoking like a radiator. I'm an out-of-stater with his own sack. Cause if it ain't Cali grown, I can't be on that.
I can't be on that. Can't condone that. And know it look good. I ain't the want that. I got my own gang. I got my own sack. I still clear hair max, no contact. What the fuck make me think I'm on that? Your titties and your ass is on flat. And besides, you ain't even got long scratch. I like lesbian girls that be on snatch. Me out there and I be doing my thing. Surfing, I ain't gon' change.
Here we go. Let's check this out. Cali Lifestyle by Law.
drop the top and roll straight. SMVCC 805 is the ghost day. Ain't no place that I'd rather be than the B.I.G. BAD13C. I got love for the place that raised me, even though times get a little crazy. So I gotta give love back. Either gangbang slang or pull a motherfucking jack. It's all good cause I'm dropping nice cars. Pretty soon 25 to life spit behind bars. A ruthless lifestyle cause I'm a son of a gun. I'm only 19, but will I live to see 21? A local motherfucker, so you better step back. Try to pull a jack, I'll feed you bullets for a fucking snack. Pero ahorita que se up on the land. They're coming from T-Track, go be that local sureño.
Two love smashing deep in my city. Once I'm acting up just because I'm rolling clean in a Chevy. Dark skin Mexican, standing 5'0". Put the pedal to the floor, hit my glass back slow. Hit the corner with the passion on my way to the market. T-Track shotgun with a blunt ready to spark it. 10:30 in the morning, but I don't care. Hit the switch, lock it up, crack smoke in the air. Hard glare with my nose on.
I just came back on to say everybody have a great weekend. Get activated.
Say that again?
Oh no, I was just gonna say everybody have a great weekend. I like to activate, so you know I'm gonna get to it.
Sounds good, Bogey. We're gonna try doing that. The track that you just sent right now.
Oh yeah. Slap that one time.
Oh yeah.
For sure, I'll be in the chat. All right, then y'all. Peace.
My salvation. Now let me introduce the G's, the LOCs. Let me get my sip on as I'm gliding through the breeze. Keep on mashing as the tracks keep dropping. Ain't no stopping when I'm up and hopping. Drop the ride to the side, causing havoc with my homies. Blowing indo smoke, dipping through to the oldies every day. Yeah, my life is getting better and better. Blaze a Vega in the morning, then I'm down for whatever. Deluxe pick me up about 11:32. I said I'm down to climb, but what the hell we gonna do? Santa Maria, SMVP, scooped up J Bird, Ray, and the CUZ. I got my cousin buzzing in the back. Chronic smoke, hot box full of contact. Now it's time to roll to the pothole. Let's walk another bowl. Let the rag top fold on the 3 times go. Now where we go from here? Keep on mashing through the Central Coast atmosphere. For the things that I do, I know I'm gonna pay the cost. For the reason why I'm gone, for the reason why I'm lost.
Living week by week, living day by day. Doing what I gotta do to get my fortune and fame. But I'm lost in a system not made for me. So I'm forced to break rock straight up for mine. Chain 19 with the Mexicano lemon. Throwing up all my colors, red, white to the green. Always looking out just in case fools jump. Time to handle shit and break them off real quick. Take a look around you, fool, then take a close look. Cause all the shit I see, I jotted down in my rhyme book. My homies dropping off like flies in 95. The ones that survive, I take a steel cage bus ride. But for me, I ain't sucker free. Cause punks is on the deck trying to gang CLSC. We seen it coming straight from the get-go. We ran our own undercover game though. Fools didn't even know that we was real to the heart, see. Being true to the game, that's how it is. In the SMV, holding on to my dream, make it to the top. But I'm stuck paying costs, fucked up cause I'm lost. I get lost, feel I've been lost. She will be my salvation. When I get lost, feel I've been lost. She will be my salvation. Yeah, special shouts goes out to all my homies that was down from the get-go. Like my homie Cuz, what's up, dog? Yeah, what's up to my homie J Bird? Yeah, Ray kicking it, know what I'm saying? Yeah, gotta say what's up to my homie Bones. Yeah, Spark Dog straight cruising in the L, keeping on, yeah, what's up, Crazy Joseph? Yeah, Cuervo keep pounding low. Yeah, what's up, SD, my homie low? Yeah, DJ Bishop keep spinning them homies. Straight from the SMV, Southern California, Mexican invasion, yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks. The song goes hard. All right, let's see. Bogey put a track in here. I feel like.
Yes. Punk rock, bitch. Crash niggas all in the building. Bo Shizzo. Yeah, let them know something, cousin.
Mac Drizzle.
Yeah, and Mr. Wisdom. Please believe that.
Back in January, or was it February? I broke a bitch heart, told her I would never marry. A secretary whose job wasn't necessary. She could hoe up and blow up, but she hecka scary. Hecka hairy, wig to her waistline. She a dime, but she only tryna waste time. Spaceline, ride while I spit. Keep hitting while I ride on the bitch. Raw hide to a bitch ass, nigga. If I don't get cash, nigga, I'm all about my mozzarella. It's the only thing I got to tell her. Smell her. Real bitch from a mile away. And I will spit. And she smile at Dre. And she pop her what she do. You know I got to stop her. Old school Big Mac, fuck the whopper.
It's all hypey like, my type be like. I still get a hoe, get a pimp, gorilla. Can't no nigga, do it like these cats. Them triple C cats with their pimp and feedback. It's all hypey like, my type be like. I still get a hoe, get a pimp, gorilla. Can't no nigga, do it like these cats. Them triple C cats with their pimp and feedback.
Back in Colorado, I made a hooker follow. Holla money over bitches, that's a nigga motto. Got my Rollo, tucked in this full of hollows. Got my bitches on the corner like it's no tomorrow. No sorrow, bitch got to make mine. Waste time, I'ma knuckle up and take mine. Break fine, bitches when I go relentless. Bitches holla out my name, but I keep it pimpin'.
Stang women in a nigga, pillar. No change, need a big face, swiller.
Taxing up for every dollar. Beat up pimp shit, a nigga holler. I'm a street scholar trying to blind a man. Got her in the dark trying to find a way. If I pop it, the bitch gets to stopping. Old school bitch crack just for jocking.
It's all hypey like, my type be like. I still get a hoe, get a pimp, gorilla. Can't no nigga, do it like these cats. Them triple C cats with their pimp and feedback. It's all hypey like, my type be like. I still get a hoe, get a pimp, gorilla. Can't no nigga, do it like these cats. Them triple C cats with their pimp and feedback. Down in Mississippi, or was it Kansas City? I bossed up off the E, sipping on the Remy. So pimpy, room service never Denny's. I go hard, boss hog, bitches when they near me. Nigga really, I'm on a hoe for shizzle though. Dizzy no, 100 miles of this pimpin' no. Spit it though, rapidly won't hesitate it. Mr. Whistle knock a bizzle, so sophisticated. Stallions get penetrated when I release and showcase venom. I'm good for disappearing on them. They ain't paying, I don't wanna know them. Ho up. Little bitch better find a way and bust bunions and find the pay. If the profit get bigger than my pocket, old school big stack, fuck a wallet. It's all hypey like, my type be like. I still get a hoe, get a pimp, gorilla. Ain't no nigga, do it like these cats. Them triple C cats with their pimp and feedback. It's all hypey like, my type be like. I still get a hoe, get a pimp, gorilla. Ain't no nigga, do it like these cats. Them triple C cats with their pimp and feedback.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Bogey said the slap right there. Hell yeah. All right, we're about to get up out of here and start the day. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Go subscribe to that the 420 Crew playlist on YouTube. Many more songs to come on there. And appreciate you, Bakes. And yeah, we'll work on getting that Cali Lifestyle song on there as well. And yeah, make sure you go subscribe to the podcast, Silver Screen Breakdowns, Fantasy Football Hustler as well. Everywhere, Apple, Spotify. We'll see you guys. If we don't see you later this weekend, we'll see you on Monday for sure for the Wake and Bake. Peace out, peeps.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, 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 here comes the. Y'all don't really want it now.